Like you, Amy, you're going to piss me off very soon. I swear to God, she sounds just like my mother. That's so weird.
I love how you were like, it was kind of a joke. You were like, I said, you think you're really going to piss me off? And then it was like, it started getting real. It's like, oh, I might have worked.
No, honest to God, Catherine brought that up last night because Catherine and I had a little, well, I'm sure you guys have had a kind of come to Jesus meeting, as they used to call them back in the old days. Catherine and I last night sat down because she left this morning. She'll be back on Monday, thank God. Mm-hmm. She said, Tom, while we're gone, we're going to work on the fact that you got to stop letting these people in your business piss you off on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Not you guys. I'm talking about other elements.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we had a long, nice talk about that, and it was just, I adore that woman. I don't know if you ever noticed that or not.
She gives good advice.
Oh, so in other words, it doesn't matter that I adore that woman, that I don't deserve the relationship. Is that what you're saying?
First off, that is wild that's what you heard.
That's
and
what
also,
you said.
That's what I heard, actually. Yeah.
Oh, my God, you guys are the worst.
Yeah, there you go. Take that home with you.
All I did is that she's a smart woman. Oh, you think I don't deserve her?
Is that what you're saying? No, but I love that stuff. So we've had a little discussion about, we're going to kind of sit down once a week and go, all right, who's pissing you off, and let's get through it. So she's going to be kind of like my go-to not to be pissed off person. That's a good thing, don't you think?
I think she is on to something. It's time to let go. You've got it all.
Well, I think the shorter list would be who's not pissing Tom off. That would be the list.
Or the rest of the world?
Yeah, just go with the list of people who don't, and then just assume that everybody else does.
Let's see. One. What? I'm trying to think of somebody to start at number one. I'm thinking to think of someone. No, it just has a lot to do because that kind of thing unfortunately weighs heavily on your partner.
Yeah, it does.
It does. There's no doubt about that. And I tried not to bring all that stuff up, the stress and all that stuff, but when you're, and I think the reason it kind of peaked yesterday, and I'm not going to reveal anybody or anything, all the rest of it, but there were 4 people in this studio that kind of didn't have a lot of nice things to say about their previous radio experiences. Which I kind of enjoyed, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it kind of reminded me what assholes people can be. And so I had a little edge to me the rest of the day.
Little triggered.
Because why would you do that? Show up, you talk, you get a check, and you go home.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Right? No, the guy's got to be pissed off about something. Oh, this is your fault. Shut up, for Christ's sake. That's why it's good to knee him right in the nuts.
Oh, good.
What do you think?
We have a plan of action.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been there all the time.
It's true, man. Our significant others will take the brunt of things, and vice versa. Like I had to talk to my husband, being like, "You need to not bring this home." Like
and that's what it was.
You hit a wall of it, and it's probably, if it gets to the point where it's so unhealthy that your spouse is saying it, it needs to be said.
God, are you guys tired? There's 2 whole stories up on my site.
Well, because we have so many guests. I was talking to you about that.
We do? I thought we had 1 guest.
No, but we have,
Oh, you mean when Phil and Kent get on? They're not really guests.
Bob, Kristyn, Greg, all in the first hour.
Zanny. Well, they're not really guests other than Greg. Do you consider them to be guests? Because I'll do that. And now, guest hosting our Italian segment.
Our Italian segment.
Our Italian segment would be Zanny.
Mamma mia, it's a tamponata.
I just love it. You got to do that to him because he hates it when people do that.
Yeah,
to him.
I love when Italians get angry about the Italian voice because I'm like, listen, it's the best caricature you guys have of yourselves.
It's
I love
true.
it. It's so funny.
I know, and he's got such a Jersey.
Oh.
Bob is so Jersey, and he's just. God, Rudy, we got to travel with him because he's the most ridiculous human. Like, there is not, and he never gets affected. You're like, what are you eating right now? That looks disgusting. He's like, what? It's amazing. What?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
well,
he's crazy.
He eats pizza, but not the crust.
Yeah, he just eats melted cheese.
You're Italian, for Christ's sake. How do you not like pizza?
So then I'll laugh because he'll try to give me pizza recommendations, and I go, no, you've never had pizza, sir. Like.
Well, I have a question for you. Aren't there are like 5 different kinds of pizzas, and some people are good at each one of them.
Yeah,
you gotta
totally. There's categories.
Because there's like pan pizzas, there's flat pizzas, there's all kinds of
oven, brick oven or whatever.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I'm very lucky because I got Olives right on the same block where I live. Olives pizza is really good.
Really good.
And then I got Campiello, which is 6 minutes from my house. You ever had their pizza?
Oh, they're so.
No.
And
it's great.
Pizzeria Lola is right over by you too, and I
Yep.
love. They've got this like potato one. It's so good.
You know what we should do?
Well, let's eat.
And we'll pay for it, too. We'll order delivery of 5 different pizzas from 5 different places next time Bob's in studio, but they all have to be without a crust.
Oh, no. I have to quit celebrating.
Here's a bunch of cheese for you.
I remember when that was the fad, though, was it paleo? Where you just
Oh,
eat,
yeah,
you can
paleo.
eat whatever. You can eat so much bacon, you can eat so much cheese, but you can't have toast. It was like, what?
What?
I was
Why
never
not?
good at that stuff because I crave carbs.
Why couldn't you have toast?
Because it was like a carb. It was
It was
only...
not that many carbs in a slice of bread.
No, but you couldn't have... That was the thing. People were doing this and like having like heart issues too because they're
Yeah.
eating just loads of bacon.
Yeah.
It is amazing, like how fast, fat will come off your body if you just eat nothing but meat and no carbohydrates and no sugar. It really is. It's not great for you. You have to.
And
you
not
have.
maintainable.
Yeah, well, and there's a reason why they call it the keto flu is because once your body goes into ketosis, like you do not feel well. It's awful. But if you can get through that first 72 hours, it's incredible. But man, it is, and it's such a hard lifestyle to be able, because everything has some sort of carbohydrate in it, and even the fake stuff, the sucralose or the fake sugar
Like
your
a
body,
banana.
Yeah.
You can't eat a banana. Mm-hmm. What?
Yeah.
Who can't eat a banana?
Anybody on these special, like anything?
Never think of doing that.
No, I know. That's why, like, things
Never.
that, like, you're on and whatever, like, with, like, that, I go, those are nice moderation, long-term solutions, not like, quick fix, only eat this for a week. Like, no.
You know what I love about my son, Andy? Because he will no longer call bananas because they're not really bananas anymore.
Stop.
They're not.
Stop. You know what? I love Andy, but I hate when people do shit like that.
Tell you the truth.
Like,
I hate that.
You know what? Fine, I'm going to go on a limb here. I hate Andy.
Yeah, I hate that,
I'm
Andy.
coming for him.
He's a horrible human being, let's be honest.
Let's be honest. Hey, you guys are doing the family show today, aren't you?
Except the whole family's out of town other than Andy and me, so, other than that, it's fantastic. I think Sandy's coming on today, though.
Oh, fun.
I think he's coming into studio.
Oh,
At
he'll
least
be
said
here?
He was. Yeah.
Well, that'd be super fun.
He said he was going to do it, so I don't know if he's lying to my face or not.
He
but, yeah.
loves lying.
Sandy's as good. And another thing, the fact that my wife and his wife are such good friends is really uncomfortable.
I love his family.
Because they can schmooze behind our back. Oh, his daughter. I don't really know any other. I know Sam. That's about the only kid. I've met them, but I don't really know them.
I love it. I have been to his farm, I think 5 times, and I've
have
brought
you?
kids there every time, and it's better than. I mean, I haven't been to Disney World, but it's a close second. Because
You've
he's
never
got.
been to Disney World.
Yeah, but he's got 80 horses, including mini donkeys
I
and
know.
a bunch of mini horses that he walks around. He's like, "Get out of here, Ed! Get out of here!" You know what I mean? Like it's like this Jersey guy.
He is.
With these boots and this like, it's just what? And you're like, I can't believe you have all of this.
Sandy's worked hard on that farm. He really has over the years.
It's wild. Like, we should bring Kinley. She would lose her mind. The mini horses are like crazy. And then he's this big guy. I have video of him in this little cart with a mini horse
What?
strapped in the front of it. And he's just going around on this little cart. And it's Bob Sansevere. Like, sports spaz on this little horse.
that.
It's so funny.
Yeah, Sandy's a great guy. Really. Don't tell him I said that, though.
No, we won't ever let him
She's
know.
coming on in a few minutes, and I just don't need this. Tom, I heard you say that I was a great guy, and shut up, Sansevere. What do you think of that?
I love that man. I hate how much I love him. And he's always,
he's a great
anytime I've
guy.
been like, hey, can I bring some kids? Yeah, whenever. Stop whenever.
Yep, it's true. I'm going to check the weather here. A few morning showers and partly sunny, a high 76, so it should be a pretty decent day for most of the day. Maybe a shower this morning. Matter of fact, they're saying it's showering in some areas, but then that kind of went away now, too.
Yeah.
So a few more morning showers, partly sunny with a high of 76, mostly cloudy with a few showers and thunderstorms possible late, a low of 62. On Saturday, breezy with scattered showers and an isolated thunderstorm, 72 for the high. And then on Sunday, of course, an early shower, then clearing. It doesn't look like it's going to rain all day on any of those days. It's just going to kind of come and go. Is that correct?
That would be really nice. I want a good weekend.
Here's what I love, though. Once again, Monday, sunny and 75. Tuesday, sunny and 74. Wednesday, sunny and 76. Thursday, sunny with a high of 71. It's like, you sons of bitches. All weekend we got to dodge a few. It's only a few showers, not a big deal. But then, of course, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, beautiful weather. Get back to work.
God, you got a funny sense of humor. And
Yeah, you got that right. Jesus. Cloudy and 63 right now, so it's not bad. And again, the reason I bring this up is because all the way in, my watch said it was going to rain all day.
Yeah.
All day long it was going to rain. And then I get here, it's like, no, it's not.
I almost wore a raincoat, and then I didn't.
Yeah, well, there you go. See,
know.
how can they be so far off? Because I know there's a huge system under. I think some of it's in the state of Minnesota now, but it's not going to get to us. It's going to keep flowing to the east.
Do you remember, like, because you think about like all the like weather technology? Do you remember the movie Twister?
Oh yeah.
And how they were like working on putting those little trackers in the tornado to like do all the sensors.
Yep.
And I just go, what has been the advancement? Because people locally have done a lot for weather systems,
Oh, yeah,
right?
they have.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Okay. I got to bring up one thing about Twister, though.
Okay, tell me. Yeah.
I don't know the power of a tornado. Does anybody know as far as the strength of a tornado? It was like 300-mile-an-hour winds, or
No idea.
Does
I'll
anybody
look it
know
up.
what that is?
I'll look up.
Because it's very important what I'm about to talk about in that movie Twister. I know the winds are not light. That I do know. So they
Okay.
got, what, a
So
buck
we've
and a
got
quarter?
different scales, like an F1, an F2, and F3, and
FU.
and the higher in the F you go, the faster it is.
See, I love that. You said the higher in the F you go. Mm-hmm. That's wonderful.
Yep.
Anyway.
So because like it goes F0 to F5.
Okay.
An F0 can be anywhere from 40 to 72 miles per hour.
Okay, that's not a tornado.
An F5 can be 261 to 318 miles per hour. I would have never guessed that high.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
That's an F
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Which F is that?
Five.
F5.
That's an F5, sure.
So it goes, yeah. The higher the F, the badder the tornado.
Yeah. So F3 would be, I think it's like about $150 to $200, I think.
Up 158 to 206.
Yeah, there you go.
Holy
Wow.
cripes.
That's moving. That wind is moving.
Yeah.
Now, here's the best part of it. The movie Twister.
Yeah.
Did you ever see it?
Yeah.
Well, you did?
Yeah.
And you saw it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we got anywhere from a 150 to a 300-mile-an-hour wind.
Yeah.
But those did look like F5s to me in that.
Oh, yeah. And they were like, everything was next level. So I'm sure they were like something crazy.
Okay, so we're going 300 miles an hour with the wind, right? So the wind's blowing 300 miles an hour. So how do the people keep themselves safe? They take off their belt,
Yeah.
wrap it around a 1-inch pipe,
pipe.
and wrap it like, what's that gonna do?
Like
Yeah.
anybody knows, yeah. Like the pipes probably weren't buried that deep. It
No.
was like a pipe in a extra, it was like a garage shack thing.
Hey, listen, it's a 300-mile-an-hour wind. I better grab that 1-inch pipe. That's gonna hold me down.
My Cole's belt will keep us here.
Exactly.
That's a hell of a testament for that belt. Yeah, you're right.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to go to, right after the show, I'm going to Kohl's to get
Yeah.
a belt. I used to get off the show and go have a belt, but that was a different argument.
That's a term? I've never heard that.
Having a drink, get a belt. You guys never heard of that?
I've heard that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never
That's
heard
kind
that.
of a northern Minnesota thing, I think. Up around Long Prairie
Let's
for me.
get a belt.
Never heard
Let's
that.
go get a belt, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a belt. What do you think of that?
I'd be all pissed off because I thought we're going to the mall.
Going to the mall to get a Christian Dior or who the hell ever makes
Christian
belts now.
Dior
I
belt.
don't even know who the hell makes belts anymore.
Yeah, first section I go, Christian Dior.
damn right.
What have they done in belts lately?
Okay, so who is America's favorite mom? I mean, other than, of course, you got Brittany, you got Catherine, you got Alex. I mean, these are great mothers. There's no getting around it.
Almost been a year of me doing it.
See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Who's America's favorite mom? Okay, well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. There are, holy Christ, there are 20 of them. We got 3 minutes, so we can do the whole
Yeah.
20 probably. These are America's favorite moms. Some of these you are not going to like very much, I'll tell you that. Cameron Diaz, I didn't even know she was a mother.
Oh.
Diaz.
Then you got Sarah Connor from The Terminator. You mean in the movie?
Okay.
Do they mean in the movie or the actress?
They must, right?
What it looks like.
I don't know if actually Linda Hamilton has actual children. I just heard on an interview like a year ago, and I don't think she has kids.
See?
So,
Joyce Byers from Stranger Things. Is that
Okay.
show any good?
oh, it's amazing.
Is it really
Yeah.
That's really cute.
And that's on streaming, right?
Netflix. Yep.
Netflix. There you go. I should give it a. It's not too.
It's
It's not too graphic. It's
Oh,
not,
yeah.
It's not my daughter watches it and she's 14 and doesn't have nightmares. So
And I haven't followed the new seasons at all, but I love how much my nephew loves it.
Okay, I got to make an announcement. So we got through Cameron Diaz, Sarah Connor, and Joyce Byers, and now Joyce alert. Joyce alert. This is for the best mother in the world, Meghan Markle.
oh,
What?
What?
put this list together.
I
What?
don't. Let me find out for it.
And like
Meghan
I
Markle?
can't speak on her motherhood at all. But that's the thing. Like, why would I assume she's the best mother
It's
ever?
got them weird. That doesn't say who put the list together. I checked.
Meghan Markle did.
Okay, so then you got Madonna at 16, Peggy Bundy. Now, Peg Bundy from Married with Children. Now we're talking.
Wait,
Great mother.
Madonna, and I'm not saying
Yeah,
Madonna's
Madonna.
a bad mother,
I
but
know,
like,
I know. Angelina Jolie, Kate Hudson, Katy Perry, Morticia Addams from the Addams Family.
okay, I'll give her that.
Now here are your top 10, ladies and gentlemen. Carol Brady from the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
You guys like that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kate Middleton. That's the prince's wife, isn't it?
I have no idea. I mean, I know who it is, but I'm saying I have no idea what kind of mother that person is.
And neither does she, because she's a billionaire, so she doesn't even take care of her own kids. So what the hell would she know?
She does have cute kids. I mean, they all have cute kids.
They are cute kids, you're right. Goldie Hawn, Drew Barrymore.
Goldie Hawn, the one, well, I guess she's a good stepmom in Overboard.
Oh, that's
just-
a nice touch.
Yeah, she just took on those kids when she was bamboozled and lied to about them being hers.
Well, I suppose that's true. Okay, you got Rihanna at number 6. Your top 5, okay? I don't know if you're going to like number 1. Maybe you might love it, though. You might either go, what the hell are you talking about? Or are you going to go, whatever. Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo's number 5.
Sure.
Beyonce is number 4.
Beyonce.
Serena Williams is number 3. Michelle Obama is number 2. It's hard to make this list when you're a honky. Do you notice that?
Well, I just don't. All of this, I go, I have no idea. Like, I have no idea.
I don't either.
What kind of moms these? Why would? I would say let's do it in like entertainment. You know, like actual thinking of them as characters, where we see them as like moms, like the Brady Bunch. But like otherwise, what are they actually like?
I couldn't agree
All
more.
right.
But you will like the number 1 choice.
Well, all right, I'm nervous.
So top 5 again, Jennifer Lopez, Beyonce, Serena Williams, Michelle Obama. Number 1, however, is Lois Griffin
Oh, see, yeah.
from The Family Guy.
I would even say she's a good mom.
Yeah. My mom has never watched Family Guy until one Christmas. We sat down and watched the episode where Lois loses her mind and goes, "Do you guys think that Christmas is just made? It comes out of my holly jolly butt." My mom was like, "I'm in. I'm totally in on Family Guy. I get
There
it
you
now.
go.
I get it."
Like, and again,
There
she
you
has her
go.
great moments, but man, there's moments where she treats Meg real bad, like
Yeah.
real questionable. Like, this is a goofy list.
Well, you know, we should start, the way you said that, we should start doing real bad news on this show.
Real bad news.
And ladies and gentlemen, you know what, you remember that from the Q? This is like 25 years ago. I would come on, we'd do an announcement going, and now, some real bad news. And they were all very negative stories, but we could get them on the air that way. It's like, oh no, we're showing you how horrible these stories are. We might have to try that again. I love
Super
doing that.
fun, yeah.
That's a great setup. All right, we got to take a break because we do have the evil Italian, Sandy, joining us in just a couple of minutes. As you know, my friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help everyone get the best sleep of their lives. He didn't stop by simply creating the best pillow. Mike created the Giza Dream Sheets. They look and feel great, which means an even better night's sleep for me, which of course is crucial for my busy schedule. Mike found the world's best cotton called Giza. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. Mike's Giza Dream Sheets come with a 60-day money-back guarantee and a 10-year warranty. You know, we're going to have to get Dawn on the show.
Yeah.
Bring her in. You know Dawn pretty well, don't you?
Not super well, but I would love if she was on the show.
She's terrific. Giza Dream Sheets come in a variety of sizes and colors. Mike's latest incredible deal is a sale of the year. For a limited time, you receive 50% off Giza Dream Sheets. You'll receive a set for as low as $29.98. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio podcast square, and use promo code TOM. There you'll find not only this amazing offer, but also deep discounts on all MyPillow products, including the MyPillow 2.0 mattress topper, MyPillow towel sets, and so much more. Call 800-516-5146. Use promo code TOM. Or go to MyPillow.com. Make sure you use the promo code TOM.
This is Bob Sansevere, and I want to tell you about Dave Bialke from Bialke Law. Dave represented my wife, Mary, when she had a significant workplace injury. She was very happy with the job Dave did. If you have a work-related injury and have Dave represent you, I'm betting you'll be happy too. Dave is a down-to-earth guy. He grew up in northern Minnesota, rides a Harley, and worked various jobs doing concrete, electrical, plumbing, roofing, and carpentry work. Dave works for people with work-related injuries. If you work construction, or anywhere for that matter, and you're hurt or even just hurting, you should talk to Dave. Let's face it, our bodies wear out. If your body is worn out from work, if your knees or back or shoulders hurt from things you do at work, do what Mary did. Call Dave and talk to him about it at Bialke Law to set up a free initial consultation. The number to call is 763-571-2410. That's 763-571-2410. Or visit bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com.
Hello, I'm Brad Huckle, President at North American Banking Company.
And I'm Mike Bilski, CEO at North American Banking Company.
As a community bank based right here in the Twin Cities, we believe in taking the time to get to know our customers and their businesses.
And part of that is hiring and cultivating a team of experienced lenders. When your business banks with us, you're not training in a new, inexperienced banker.
In fact, our bankers have worked with many of the same customers for years, earning their trust. We get to know you and your business, and you get to know and rely upon us.
When your business is looking to capitalize on an opportunity or solve a problem, we'll be here to help you.
Tom here. I know Brad and Mike, and I trust that with my banking, they've personally delivered on everything they've just said. So why not bank with my banker, North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. All right, we instituted a new thing on the show here, on the Tom Barnard Morning Show, with, of course, Brittany's here, Rudy's here, and we decided at this juncture, you guys get to make the choice. Would you rather talk to Bob Sansevere or just read the obituaries?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
It's a bitch of a call.
Yeah. Well, what do we got for deaths? What are we looking at? Is it something that is kind of generic, like somebody in their upper 80s, or we got something that might have? Was it somebody skydiving in their low 30s? I want to know about that.
You're 100%. We need to do more research. That's all there is to it. No question. Like, do more research. I mean, before hiring people like Bob Sansevere. Sandy.
Hey, I thought you were going to say, you want to listen to Bob or the emergency broadcast system tone?
That's a good one, isn't it?
That's a hard one, too, to pick from.
You know, I don't ever... Streaming doesn't do that, does it?
No.
I don't think
We don't have to do any of those procedures, yeah.
I mean, the only reason I'm asking is that when we go down to Florida, we got both cable and streaming. Mm-hmm. And here, explain something to me. Maybe the three of you will know the answer to this. Because, Bob, I'll bring this up to you because I've been talking a little bit with Rudy about this, but a lot with Brittany. Yeah. That Catherine had a little meeting with me last night because she's going out of town for a few days. She said, Tom, I'm just doing this for your own good, and that's all there is to it. When I come back, you will not have watched either Fox or CNN for the entire 4 days because I do get so pissed off at those two because you know they're lying. So what do you guys think of that? Do you guys ever abandon the national? And the thing about in Florida is it's not on streaming in Florida. You have to pay for it. Fox and CNN.
Wow.
Which I don't understand. Why would it go state to state like that?
Well, I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday that was on the BS show. He's a Sports Illustrated, is managing editor for NFL content. And I said, I'm tired of what I have to pay for, like, DirecTV. And he had said, and I'm thinking of doing it. I'm even thinking of getting better internet because right now what I have is okay. We're out in the country. But he said YouTube TV has all the local stations. They have ESPN, NFL Network, Fox, CNN. They offer just about everything, and it's like $63 a month. You could get that in Florida, and you wouldn't have to pay that extra bump then.
Yeah, I guess.
In order to get those.
I guess that's the deal.
My brother, sister, and mom, they all have YouTube TV.
Do they like it?
Do they really?
They really like it. Yeah, it's just they can do a lot of that stuff that we were talking about. What was the one that goes beep boop, TiVo-esque, where you can record and pick things? Yeah. I'd say the thing I don't like about it, whenever I use theirs, I don't love the interface. It feels like
what is that?
Like it's not really intuitive how to find stuff. Like, you know how Netflix kind of has a nice, layout. YouTube TV is a little confusing. It feels like sometimes you kind of have to really work hard to find your stuff.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I think it seems great.
Well, as long as I can find my stories, I'm happy.
My story.
Stories.
By the
My
way,
grandmother used to call them.
I just got off the phone with Brittany's mother. She said, I don't watch YouTube anymore because Brittany's on it. So
Oh yeah, that's so wild.
she goes, oh, that's wild.
What a weird coincidence. Right during the commercial break, I posted
I
that we're
knew
on
it.
YouTube.
I knew it.
That like threw me off because like, did you see that? I posted that?
No, I didn't see it, no.
Because I was like, oh, I should promote our YouTube channel because we stream our whole episodes on YouTube.
Right. Just went up there, a few days ago. Is that on Monday, Rudy? We went up on there?
It's been it's probably been about, I don't know, 2.5 weeks, 3
Oh,
weeks
has it
maybe?
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it was that long.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had no idea. But you know what I love about that? And I don't know who does it. But somebody on our YouTube site is posting direct competitors' videos.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's
How
fun.
can they do that?
What do you mean, like in the comments below? Or
No, the actual video.
actual,
How
on,
they do that?
on
I
our
don't-
YouTube?
I have no idea how they can do it, but I've seen it twice now.
We'll get Brittany to post on the competitors' feed.
Yeah, so how can they just do that?
I'd have to look because I don't know, there's like 3 people that have control of YouTube, and it's me and 2 other people back at corporate. So I don't know
Those
how.
corporate sons of bitches.
Those
how they'd be
corporate
able to
sons of
do that.
bitches.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's one, the most recent one, and they're only up for about 30 seconds, by the way, and then they go away, which I don't know what the hell that's all about either.
Well, it's time for the corporate attorneys to mobilize and get
I
on
guess
this.
so. Yeah.
Hey, I heard the list, by the way, Tom, that you read about the best moms.
Yes, sir.
I missed the early part, like the 10 through 20. Was Marge Simpson on the list?
Yes, I think.
I don't think so.
Well, maybe she wasn't.
I don't think so.
Didn't hear it, no.
Yeah, we had
Oh, okay.
the Family Guy mom, but I
I
don't
assume
think we
she
did.
would be.
Yeah.
And not Wilma Flintstone or Betty Rubble.
I mean, they were really into smoking. Remember those episodes? So
Yeah. Winston's.
No, Fred smoked. The women didn't.
you don't think
Fred
they
and
did?
Barney both smoked, I thought.
You don't
Yeah.
think they also did?
What about
Didn't look like it.
Jane Jetson? Did she smoke? She had 2 kids and a robot she had to take care of.
That's true.
You know what my wife, when she was a little kid, thought that said? Meet George Jetson, Jane, his wife. You know what Catherine thought they were singing? Typical woman. Meet George Jetson, Jane is right. Really? Is that what the song says? Jane is right. Yeah, that's it.
That explains so much.
Oh, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't it right there?
And she's not
Tom,
wrong.
I told you a few years ago. I thought that the Kodachrome, the song,
Yeah.
by Kodachrome. I
Yep.
thought it was Corn Pone for years. 'Cause
Corn
that's what
pone.
it sounds like.
It does.
So.
No question. So, Sandy, what's the latest? Anything? Well, I saw the Vikings schedule. They got, 5 premier games this year?
They do. They've got, and it could be
Man.
more because they have a couple of games that's TBD, to be determined later in the season. But early on, I mean, they get the Buccaneers at home, but then this schedule is not a great schedule for them because on the road against the Eagles on Thursday night, so they have a short week and they have to travel to the worst stadium in terms of fans, and those fans are going to be whipped up because that's, I believe, is their home opener, and they're still a little owly because their team didn't win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's
so they're
true.
going to want to take it out on every team that comes in. So that's tough. But I looked, and again, everyone could do it, and everyone will all be wrong. But I actually think they could be 10-7 or maybe even 11-6 because it depends on how good the other teams in the division turn out to be. I can't imagine the Packers are going to be that good or any good
No,
with
doesn't look like
with
it.
Jordan Love. The team that every year there's a team that people the darling is the Lions. Why the NFL decided to start the season on Thursday night with the Lions and the Chiefs is beyond me.
What?
Yes, that's the first game of the NFL season,
terrible.
Lions Chiefs. But the Chiefs play the Bengals like on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. Why not have made that the premier game and throw the Lions there if you think they're going to be any good? I don't get it. It's a stupid move.
I
But
agree.
it is what it is. But the Vikings schedule is, I mean, there are some, they've got the Chiefs on this schedule, which we knew who they were playing, but they got the Chiefs in was it week 5? And then we don't know how good the Bears are going to be. And you got the Panthers in week 4 and Adam Thielen. So there'll certainly be interest. in that game.
Right.
It's at Carolina though. But they also got a stretch of. Well, actually, there's no easy stretch, but I still think they'll be fine. They should beat the Bucks. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Lose to the Eagles, beat the Chargers, beat the Panthers, lose to the Chiefs. The Bears, they've really made themselves a lot better. So that one is in Chicago. That's not an easy one. But the game that is going to be very tough, even though they're coming in, the Niners with that defense against the Vikings.
So, Bobby, what is it now, like a 75-game season?
It is up to pretty close to that. Yep, I think it's matching the NHL and the NBA.
God. I swear. Don't they have like 20 games a year now or something?
17, but you throw in the 3 exhibitions.
Right.
So, yes, it's 20 games.
It's 20 games.
But then if you, let's say you're a wild card that wins the Super Bowl, well, hell, you wind up playing 24 games.
Yep. God, that's a lot of games, man.
It is, and that's why they want a lot of money.
Well, that's very, very. They make a lot of dough. There's no question about that.
Yeah,
they do very well.
They do. And now your Twins, they won 2 in a row now, 5-3 over the Padres.
It was a huge win, Bob.
It is a huge win, and maybe Correa is starting to heat up a little bit.
God, I hope so.
Well, he's at 181, has been getting booed, but he did have a key a double in the game, so that's a good thing for them. Bailey Ober pitched. You pitch 6 innings, give up 3 runs. That's considered a halfway decent start. So good for him. But Tyler Mahle, he's opted for Tommy John surgery, so he's out.
Oh my God! So he's never coming back either. We gave up 3.
Well,
didn't we give up 3 people for him?
Yep. And but they may decide to try to because Chris Paddock's got the bad elbow too, and they've extended him, and also Mayada. They don't know when he's coming back. He's hurt, but they've been fortunate that they've been able to plug guys in. The core of their pitching staff is still intact. Last I heard, the 3 best starters they have.
Right.
So they could weather this if they get good outings from the other, whoever the 2. Ober seems to have given himself a spot on the team. He'll be in that rotation. But again, it's still early, but there's still 2 games up in the worst division in baseball. So that's a plus.
Yep.
Don't
no
you
doubt
think?
about it. No, I agree.
But they do have guys. I mean, their batting average going into the game was, I think, 220, which is exactly what Buxton's hitting. He went 0 for 3. So I mean, they do have a. It might be. I think it is the worst in baseball, if not, or at least the American League.
Yes.
But this is the time of the year that if you're going to heat up, you heat up in May and June, and then the Twins are certainly saying and hoping Correa heats up. I mean, 181. He should be booed.
I agree, and look. I mean, 2 other teams turned him away because they thought he wasn't physically fit to be on their team.
Well, you have to hope that the batting average is not related to to any injury. But okay, their starting lineup, they're top of the order. Buxton 220, Kepler 214, and that's after a hit.
Yes.
Correa 181.
Oh God!
Their starters. It's not good.
It is not, Bob. But now, what's their lead now? Is it still 2.5?
2. I think it's
2
just
now.
2
Okay, yeah, okay. I thought that might be the case, but I didn't know for sure. So it's down to a 2-game lead, and had they played up to their potential, they'd have about an 8-game lead right now.
Yeah, that would happen with Chicago or just last week when they went on the road.
Yes,
it was not good for them
it was
at
terrible.
all. Oh, Tom, it's up. Actually, it is up to a 3-game lead.
Oh,
and it's,
now we're talking.
And it's over. Detroit is the team that's on their.
That's correct.
Is sniffing their butts, and then Cleveland's 3.5 back.
Brittany, what'd you think of that line?
What do you mean?
The team that was sniffing their butts. Did you like that?
I mean, poetry in motion is what I would
Poetry
call.
in motion with Sandy.
With Sansevere.
Sandy, are you coming in? Are you doing the family show today?
That had been my intent. I want a rain check because Sienna may have broken her finger. We have to get
Oh my God!
No.
She got her. I think she got her finger somehow wrapped up in a rein. And,
No.
It's a little swollen today, and she can't bend it. So we need to find out if it's. What can you do for a broken finger? Do they tape it to the finger next to it?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you do?
Stability. Yeah, I mean, sometimes they have to check if they have to do like replacement. Like not replacement.
They're gonna replace her finger?
No, like placement, like aligning it. like sometimes they have to get that in line, but a lot of times it's just stability and avoiding bending it and stuff.
Well, we just don't want to take a chance because it's, I mean, again, she can't bend it. And I said, well, does it hurt? Well, only when I bend it and try to put it, or I touch something with it. Okay, well, we need to get it looked at. So can I get a rain check for me and Chuck? Because I will.
Well,
I mean, if you want to do it next week, next Friday, or, you just let me know when. We got to take her to the doctor.
You got to understand something. I want to make myself very clear when I said, oh, no. I wasn't talking about Sienna. I was talking about the fact that you weren't coming in. Thank you very much.
Well,
great to be here.
Wait, do you have an x-ray machine there? Because I know you got everything.
Exactly.
Probably in this building somewhere.
I wouldn't
Well,
doubt it.
bring her in if you could x-ray the finger.
No, Sandy, a week from today would be great. Now, I'll have to bust my ass to find a guest now because both Catherine and Alex are gone. So it'd be
wait a minute. You got
Andy.
Brittany and Rudy. They could stay.
Oh, yeah,
by
they're going to hang
Friday-
around.
By Friday, he is so over us.
That's true.
Oh, he'd never be over you.
Shut up,
That's a
Bob.
very good point.
Bob, go
actually.
take care of your ailing child.
Oh, we
You
gotta
know what?
bring-
Why don't you stop? Because I heard that sappy crap you were saying earlier
I'm coming
about
to you.
Disney. We're better than Disney World.
I
What are
love
you,
going to
nuts?
your house. I love
Yeah.
you.
I love
It's
that.
wild. Piggy.
Let's swap for a day, and you won't be saying that.
It all works for me.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say to all of you. All right, Sandy, you want to say hello to Kristyn Burtt when she joins us?
Well, I don't want to say hello. I just want to introduce her.
Oh, yes,
because
please. Go right ahead.
She is the best that ever been, the greatest of the great, the incomparable, the unstoppable,
here we
the
go.
amazing. Yeah, okay, one more. All right, no. Well, how
One
much more can I
more.
say? What more can you say about Kristyn Burtt than she is it? She's happening. I don't even know if she has kids, but she should be number one on the Mother of Year.
She has no
year
kids.
Thing. Well, it doesn't matter because in Minnesota, the Woman of the Year was someone who's not a woman.
Oh, she's got a
So-
kitty.
A kitty. Oh, you're still a mom?
Yeah, I'm a fur baby mom.
Cat mom.
Not a big cat fan, but still.
This cat is so sweet. She comes in every morning to hear Tom's voice. She
Oh,
sits
what a
here the whole
wonderful
time.
cat.
She
All
loves
right, I
to
got
pet.
it. This is how I woke up this morning. Something furry brushed across my face. I said, Mary. And it turned out it was the cat's tail.
Mary.
I
Bob.
thought she had her armpit on me. No, she shaves her armpit.
No. So what did it turn out to be? A
Damn
kitty?
cat.
It was a kitty?
What's that?
It was a cat?
Kitty. You got a damn cat in our bedroom, which I hate.
Yeah. Oh, you do hate it.
Oh,
I don't like cats.
Well, here's
I'm a
the
dog
thing.
guy.
I've heard Bob complain about every one of the animals that he keeps getting. I've heard him complain about the little
Brittany,
dogs.
Let me be clear. I'm not the one who gets them.
I know. I'm just saying.
I walk into the barn and I say, and her friends cover for her. I said, what horse is that? And they go, oh, he's been here a while. Yeah, I bet he has.
You have a specific kind of cat in your barn that I really want one of.
Come and get them.
Okay, thank you.
The ones
Come
without
and
the
get 'em.
tail.
Yes, the ones without the tail.
Oh, yeah, sure.
They're
Yep.
super
We'll give you
cute.
15 or 20 of them.
Perfect.
There you
On
go.
down. All right, Kristyn,
Absolutely.
I'm cutting into your time, and that is so unfair because greatness should never be cut into.
Okay, now before you leave,
Intro.
before you leave though, Kristyn has to be the final judge on how nuts you are. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Kristyn, Bob is a nice Italian boy from New Jersey. When he eats pizza, he won't eat the crust. See? Look at that reaction. The face. The look on her face. She's horrified, Bob.
She's not. She's doing that because she says that's a wonderful idea. You don't get the carbs.
Oh, that's
and
what
you
it
can
is.
eat more cheese.
No, it's 2023. We're eating carbs. We are eating carbs.
I love it.
But the crust is for like dipping. You have a sauce,
Yeah,
like whether
Bob.
Yeah, you can't. It's
marinara
not.
or ranch
Kristyn,
or.
You know Hollywood. You don't know pizza.
Oh, well.
Okay.
Oh, I lived in New York City. I know pizza.
Well, you weren't eating it
wonderful.
correctly then.
I was because we eat the
You're-
crust.
We eat the
All
crust,
right. Well, you
Bob.
enjoy
love
your
it.
crusts.
All right,
Have a
Sandy.
great weekend, all.
You're a
Bye,
good man,
Bob.
Sandy. Thanks a lot. Say hello to the family, Pally.
I will.
Thanks a
All
lot.
right,
Bob
see ya.
Sansevere, ladies and gentlemen. Kristyn Burtt now joins us. He's Italian and doesn't eat the crust. What the hell is that?
Sin. That is a sin. That is the dipping part of the pizza. That is like part 2.
Yeah. He's eating cheese. Like, let's just say it. He's eating melted cheese.
That's correct.
That's it.
Because
You're
he
not
doesn't eat
eating
meat
pizza.
either.
No,
He doesn't eat meat,
No.
so there's no pepperoni or anything.
Yeah, it's disgusting watching him.
Couldn't agree
Well, then
more.
why doesn't he just fry up cheese like Trader Joe's sells? Like,
Don't worry, Kristen. He
French
does. He does do that.
He's a cheese boy.
He
is.
literally used to do it at KQ. He used to take a mound of cheese, put it in the microwave, and go eat it in the studio. Yeah, I've worked with these men for
That's all
16
true.
years of my life. And this is the things they do.
What do you mean they?
I said they.
Who you talking about, Rudy?
You guys all have your weird quirks.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the only normal one.
there's only one normal one.
Uh-huh. Let's have a vote, shall we? Kristen, I need some stuff to watch. Catherine's out of... I know it's really unusual, but Catherine's out of town again.
I thought she came back into town.
She did, and now
slept
she
with
left again this morning, and then she's coming back Monday night. So I'm looking for stuff to watch on television.
it. You're going to watch Still tonight, Michael J. Fox.
Still,
Still, Michael J. Fox.
I love that guy anyway. He is such a nice
Yes.
man.
Apple TV, I'm telling you, this is a. I know you're not like a huge documentary fan the way I am, but
Oh, I actually
this
do like
is a must see.
I will absolutely watch that. No question about that.
That is Apple TV Apple TV Plus for anyone who's looking for it.
We will get that done. Apple TV. I'm not really wild about Apple TV, even though we do have it, because that guy is one money grubbing bitch. Moving forward. Well, they all are. Every one.
I don't
of
know.
them.
My Apple stock does pretty well, so I'm not.
Oh, all of a sudden, more me now. Okay. All right, sister.
I bought Apple. Wait, you guys, I bought Apple in the recession in 2008 because my co-host
really?
at the time dared me. He's like, "You wouldn't do that," and I'm like, "I'll do it." And it was a very good move after like our little fight. So there you go.
Your little fight.
Yeah, he was like, "You'd never do that. You're so conservative, like with your money." I'm like, "Fine, I'll go buy some Apple stock." Okay,
Well, it all worked out for you, so that's great.
it all worked out.
No question about it. See, I wanted to make a lot of money, so I get into radio. So, you know what I'm saying.
Exactly, big dollars.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt. No getting around it. So I got to find, let's see, what I still would like to find 1 or 2 movies to watch over the next 3-4 days. I cannot find one movie I'm interested in watching.
I think you saw Air, right?
I have not seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
Is that on
It's
streaming?
today? It dropped on Amazon Prime.
Oh, I could watch
So
that.
You've got that. You've got the Michael J. Fox Still.
Yeah.
You've got something. That's Friday. That's Saturday.
Okay. So all I basically know now is Sunday because I'm coming back to work on Monday. So that's that deal.
Right. And then Sunday, let's see. What can we do for you? I was like, maybe a TV show?
Yeah, there are a lot of great TV. I've told you this before. I love streaming. There's a lot of great stuff to watch on streaming. So, but yeah, to have those 2 things to look forward to, because I literally looked for a movie yesterday for about an hour, and I couldn't find one on Vudu anywhere. Couldn't find. It's like I don't care. I don't want to watch that.
I think those 2 will be good for you. Honestly, I think it's
you
a
might be
really
right.
good weekend. Anyone who wants to go to the movies and just watch something like light and fun, the book club is coming out today. So
Oh, okay.
I just think that there's plenty for everyone right now.
Marvelous. So what's new in your world, though?
Well, lots of changes coming with Disney and Hulu,
Sure.
which I think are going to be quite interesting. Besides price increases that we're going to see, not just with the ad tier, but also with the ad-free tier. The big price increase is going to come with the ad tier. So anyone who has that, just be warned that it is coming down the pike. But I think the big thing is that to cut costs, Disney is now merging the 2 apps. So Hulu and Disney Plus will be on the same app, but they are separate subscriptions, or you can get the bundled subscription. And that'll start happening by the end of the year. But they're also cutting content. And this is where we're seeing, the economy really come into play. So we're going to see less titles. That means because they don't want to pay the residuals anymore. So they're kind of cleaning house, and even new content that's going to be more streamlined as well. And I think for Disney, like the big question was, are they going to keep Hulu or are they going to sell it?
Oh,
It
right,
looks like
yeah.
now with the merge of the app, they're going to keep Hulu, but that is probably going to force a sale on the Comcast side because they still own a 33% stake in it. They're going to have to then have Disney buy them out, which won't come until 2024. But I'm telling you, it's also going to change the content because currently we're getting Comcast titles on Hulu. Those, once that sale happens, those titles will be yanked.
That'll be gone. So do you think there's any way I could reach out to Disney Plus and go, would you like to buy like 66% of the Tom Bernard Morning Show? What do you
I
think?
think so. This is the time to call Bob Egert.
That'll work really well, I'm sure.
You worked for Bob Iger before. I mean, just call him, text him.
I loved working for Bob Iger. He's just a great guy. I mean, when a supreme leader, the chairman of the company, even knows who you are, that's rather impressive.
It's incredible.
He was.
I mean,
great
he's got
at
a
that.
lot on his plate right now. He's got Florida to deal with. He's got an economy to deal with. The mess from Bob Chapek.
Right.
But I still think he'll take your call.
Oh no, he was great. He was wonderful to work for. No question.
Do you guys remember back in the day when they'd show the TV commercial like, Cinderella, get it now for only 6 weeks before it goes back in the vault? And you're like, Mom, we got to buy Cinderella.
Yeah.
It's going to put it back in the vault.
In the vault.
We got to get it now.
That's so true.
Why doesn't Disney do that with some of their older titles or like some of the newer stuff? Like, hey, listen, you can get Toy Story 5, but you're only going to be able to get it for 6 weeks. So Mom, Dad, you better go ahead and fork over that $10 a month. And then they switch it out with the next title that somebody wants to watch, because you can only watch so many movies, and especially kids get fixated on one movie or TV show and it's all they watch.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe it just feels like if you're going to pull some stuff down, pull stuff and promote it a different way. Am I right, Kristyn?
Oh, you know what? I think that their thought is, and this is a big concern because this is what's happening with subscription fatigue. I think that they're worried that if it's only available for 6 weeks, people will subscribe for 6 weeks and then they will cancel the subscription. And that happened. I mean, I was someone who did that last year. I needed to watch Dancing with the Stars. I was there for 10 weeks and then I exited because I don't need Disney Plus right now. And so what they're doing right now is they're removing the little watch titles. And so I think that strategy might work against them in a subscription situation.
Makes sense to me. Is that everything, sister?
Well, one other thing that I'm keeping my eye on, and it's there's a Fox. It's actually through TMZ. TMZ is doing a new documentary. It's called Britney Spears: The Price of Freedom, but it's going to be on Fox May 15th. Just a reminder for all of you guys, she's 13 out of her 13-year-long conservatorship, but they're not only focusing on her mental health, but the fact that her lawyers cost her $30 million over that legal case to kind of get her out of the conservatorship. She's now worth less than $60 million. She should be worth, over 100 at this point.
You would think, yes. No question.
So I think that's going to be kind of a major story in the next couple of weeks where people kind of refocus in on like what the heck happened to Britney Spears and why everyone did her wrong.
It's a very, very sad story. It really is.
It's going to be one of the saddest, I think, stories of this era from the early aughts on. And so many people around her did her great disservice because they were all on the money train. They were all had their hand in the cookie jar, and no one looked out for her best interests.
Yep, you're right. All right, I got to close with this because you opened with a kitty. We're going to close with a puppy because Jude is now 10 years old, and he's just the sweetest dog. Is there a sweeter dog on earth
I
than Judy?
love Jude, and he's so quirky.
He's a very quirky dog, but he's just a sweetheart. But now my grandson, Ethan, who's sick, he's 18 months old. Now, I should mention that he came from the wrong side of the tracks as far as I'm concerned. He is 1.5 years old. He's 33 inches tall already. Yeah. He's going to be a big kid.
I think he's in the 95th percentile for height and weight. That kid looks older than he is.
He looks like he's about 3.
But, he's ready for college.
Yeah.
But here's the downside of him being 33, 34 inches tall and weighing 27 pounds, whatever it is. He now loves Jude. So when he comes over, he leans over and kisses Jude on the head and hugs him, which is fine. But the petting part is more hitting than petting.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to pet, so he just goes, bam, bam, bam.
I feel that. Man, I feel that.
Judy. Jude's looking at me like, come on, Dad, what do you got?
We've got a golden retriever, man, that Go-Go uses as her own personal playground. And then she's doing this thing where she grabs onto like his flanks to stand up. And he just looks at me and he's like, are you going to stop this?
Yeah.
No? Okay, fine.
Exact same story right there.
What happened to me being an only puppy?
Yeah. Right?
Exactly. All right. Well, we will talk to you next week.
Bright and early on Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Looking forward to it. Thank you. You too. We'll take a break. Right back. Very special guest coming up next. Greg Coleman in studio right after this. Tom Barnard here. Are you ready for some throttle therapy? Oh, here it comes again. Begging for the pun. Here it comes. Cruise the water in luxury on brand new Bennington pontoon, From the Power Lodge, enjoy sunset from the water, entertain the kids, and float on the lakes all summer long. It all starts at the Lodge, the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge, with locations in Brainerd, Onamia, Ramsey, and Miller Marine of St. Cloud, of course. Hundreds of pontoons. I said hundreds of pontoons.
Yeah.
In stock across all Power Lodge locations. Your summer fun begins at the Power Lodge. You've heard it. Brittany's trying to get me to commit to buying a new pontoon for her family to hang around on.
Yep.
And the easiest way to have a bunch of friends come out of the woodwork is to own a pickup truck. Or a pontoon, of course. I had instant friends when I owned a pontoon, which is true. Enjoy the best days of summer with new friends on your favorite lakes. The brand new Bennington pontoon from the Power Lodge. Miller Marine of St. Cloud is the largest Bennington dealer in the entire world, as a matter of fact. And that is a fact. And my friends at the Power Lodge brought Miller into the family, throttle therapy on land and water. So go to powerlodge.com and millermarine.com. Oh, and please tell them that Tommy sent you.
Hey folks, Judd Zolgad here. You know, wouldn't it be nice to lose over 20 pounds before summer? Well, you can with Livia's doctor-recommended program. Look and feel your best with a weight loss program voted #1 in Minnesota. Receive personalized and guided support from Livia's team of experts. Join today and receive 3 months free, plus a free gift during Livia's Client Appreciation Week. What are you waiting for? Get summer ready with Livia. Call today, 855-GO-LIVIA, or visit livia.com. You know, I lost 40 pounds more than a year ago now, and here's the best part. Livia helps you keep the weight off. So we're not just talking weight loss here. We're talking weight loss and sustainable weight loss. And ultimately, that's the most important thing. Start your success today and get summer ready. Call 855-GO-LIVIA or visit livia.com. That's LIVEA.com. Join now and receive 3 months free plus a free gift. Call now, 855-GO-LIVIA or visit livia.com. Don't miss Livia's annual Spring Client Appreciation Event, May 6th through the 12th. Special savings, giveaways, and more.
We are back to the new and improved Tom Barnard Show.
See, I almost made it.
I know.
We got to do something about that. Having a men's room.
I
like
thought I
a
did a
block
good
away.
job stalling. I was
Oh,
talking
did you? You did
very
a good job
slow.
stalling.
We
Is
have
that the plan?
Special guest in the studio.
I know we have a special guest in the studio. As a matter of fact, I got to tell you, Greg, and this is the absolute truth, that for 2.5 years, I'm doing morning radio, I'm doing morning podcasts, I'm doing the rest of it, and I really, really, really miss. Now, you came in, though.
Yeah.
You were one of the couple of guys who came in here. But to have comedians in studio now on Fridays, it's one of my favorite parts of doing radio.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
great to have you back.
Yeah, you got to come in. You got to come in, especially when you haven't sold tickets.
That's a huge problem. Yes, there is that.
You know what I mean? Like I could get this over the phone. Like, you know, if they're like, "Oh, there's 20 tickets left," I would have rolled over, and you know what I mean. You would have probably heard some things in the background, like, "Yeah, nah, good to see you, Tom." But you know. And as a former radio person myself, I miss coming in the studio.
Great having you in, man.
Being able to, and it's cool because you know you guys aren't like Rudy and the dog. Like you know how to talk to comedians. So
that's not a lot of. I have admired comedians and stuff. I told you, Greg, you and I have talked about this before.
Yeah.
The only communication I ever had with my father, and I mean the only communication, was at 7, 8 years old, standing in front of the TV telling him jokes.
Yeah.
So that's what that means to me, to stand there and try to make people entertained and laughed and all the rest of it. Now, you people, honest to God, and I'm talking the men, the women, everybody involved. It's great to have you back in studio. And I said you came in any case because you're bold.
I was just like, "Hey, can I come on your show and talk to people?" I was like, "Yeah, that should work."
It was funny. We were messaging. He goes, "Can I be on the show?" And of course, I checked with Rudy, and I was like, "Yeah." And then I was like, "You want to come in the studio?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Cool." Because you never know if you have to talk somebody. I'm like, "It's better if you come in," but I was like, "All right." Sounds like.
And I was gonna be up anyways.
Perfect.
You know what I mean? My kid. I was like, I gotta get up, and my kid, she woke me up.
How old?
18 months.
Oh my gosh, you have a baby.
Yeah.
Holy, you're not sleeping at all.
Nah, I'm sleeping.
That was convincing.
Yeah. I take her to that park. You know what I mean? I wear her out. I put pebbles. In her coat. It's kind of like weight training. She thinks it's a game. Sure. But I'm just weighing her down. Trying to tire her out.
My first ankle weights. Straps those on her. He's like, there you go. Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, matter of fact, we should copyright that. That's
done.
right here in this room.
I'm on it. I
works for me.
I have a 1-year-old, so
Yeah.
I get that. What's her name?
Zayna.
Oh,
Zayna
that's
Rose.
so cute.
Yeah, she's my buddy. She chased me around for my sunglasses this morning. Like, we both had to go. Her mom's outside, like, hurry up. I was like, I'm trying to get my sunglasses. Just having a nice little fun time.
Zayna's bullying me.
Yeah, she truly does. She does. She bullies me into whatever she wants.
Yeah, they do that.
But, you know, it's cool. I like her.
I would like to know what it is, because you just described something I went through this morning. My wife and I both had to rush out of the house at like 5:45 this morning. I had to come to the show, and she had to get to the airport because she's leaving town again.
Yeah.
So I kind of like her leaving better.
Yeah.
That her part of it, it's not that I'm not ecstatic to be here. That's not it. But, you know, you get on that airplane, it's like nobody can bother you for 4 or 5 days. That's a good thing.
Yeah, getting on the airplane is probably one of the most, like, depending on where you're going and what you're doing, it's kind of like one of the most relaxing things. You're like, oh, I get to leave life.
I get to
You know
leave.
what I mean? Like, I get to leave life. And I got a small bone to pick with Delta. I assume she's flying Delta.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I don't know if they're still doing this, but the last flight I was on, like a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, Delta, you know, they'll when you're on the ascend, they'll have the boom. Thanks for flying Delta. These are SkyMiles. Blah blah blah. Thanks for the people who paid $400 extra. The rest of you trash. Don't breathe on anybody back there.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And they
That's
cut off
true.
everything, and you gotta wait. You gotta wait till the announcement's over so you can get back to watching This Is Us or Fast and the Furious 47.
It is kind of it is steerage now, isn't it? It's like being on a ship in steerage.
Yeah.
You go below deck.
Like
Right,
cattle
like, you
prods. Yeah.
But
There
it's
you
still
go.
that's like the international, like we fly a lot after this one, boom, you get to relax. So I'm like, you know, just thinking about your wife leaving at 6 a.m. She's on that flight. You get ready for the announcements before you can like, all right, yo, let me fall asleep.
Oh, yeah.
What they did that, but then they have a second announcement right now. It was a second announcement. It was like, hey, just want to let you know that Delta is the #1 airlines in stopping human trafficking in modern day slavery.
That's what they said, yeah.
Right? They said it. But
They
my
did.
thing is, why say it on the ascent?
know.
We're not going anywhere. It's the same listeners from morning drive to afternoon drive. Say it on the descend.
I
'Cause
agree.
there's nothing I can do on the way up except for be sad and think about it.
Right?
The whole time, I'm just like, is there anyone on this plane? Not next
somebody
to
need
me.
help?
Right? Like, we can, boom, we can do that on the descend.
Yeah, that sets a tone.
It does.
Not in a great way.
Really. It's really tough. You're looking at dudes in tracksuits like, I got my eye on you. You know what I mean?
Are you? How is the world right now as far as comedy is concerned? Because for a couple of years there, it was such a bitch, and now much better. I'm hoping.
Yeah, it's okay, and I kind of feel like it's moving more a bit towards like artist-centered, and especially like podcasts and stuff like that.
Yeah,
has helped because it's like back in the day, you only had like 3-4 outlets. It was Letterman, Conan, maybe Comedy Central, and Comedy Central doesn't even do comedy specials anymore.
They don't do comedy anymore, do they?
It's just South Park, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Park.
So, but how podcasts are making it, you're able to go find your own fans, and whether you're at a level where you have 30,000 fans in one city or market, or even 300 to 500 who are like, "Hey, we listen to you. Hey, that's cool. That means I can go to your city. I can rent out a venue. I can sell 300 tickets." And, you know, at the right price, that's okay for someone who doesn't have a machine behind them. So, yeah, just the accessibility of comedy is making it a lot. Yeah, it's helpful. It's helpful. And you don't got to look left. You don't got to look right. Like, hey, just build your own audience, you know?
Well, there's always used to be this old adage of your life would change once you got that Tonight Show.
Yeah.
And nowadays, it's still out there, but it's just not the Tonight Show.
No.
It's when comedians get their Joe Rogan. It's when they get those huge podcasts that they get that bump on, and then that puts them into the stratosphere.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's just it's a different venue now.
Yeah, it's like, Joe Rogan or Your Mom's House or even just viral clips, TikTok.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I mean? There's dudes who are getting 3 minutes, like good comedians, and now, like, especially in Minneapolis right now, it seems like the last month, just so many guys are going viral on TikTok And I'm kind of like the old man. Can someone help me log in?
Sounds like me right there.
Right? I was like, I used to be cool.
me.
I used to be on this stuff. And I was like in the early days of Twitter. And now, can someone put my jokes on the internet? So that's what I'm doing this week. I'm recording so someone can put my jokes on the internet.
See, I'm screwed because Catherine's out of town, and I don't have any idea how to post anything.
Yeah.
Well, I don't go on social media.
It's probably for the better.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you're right.
You don't want to end up like Brett Favre, like accidentally send a picture. I was trying to send a picture of my Crocs. Yeah.
Sorry.
Take away the R.
Yeah, take away the R, and it worked out perfectly. It worked out beautifully. Now, how much time do you have this morning, buddy?
I got about 45. I got some time. I got somewhere at 9, but I can bump them back.
No, that's great. It's just great to see you again. I still need that one favor from you.
To talk to my pops?
Yeah, you got to have him come in.
We can do it.
I want him to come in.
I'll
His
make him come
father
in.
used to hate my gut. Maybe he still does. I don't know. He might, because I would criticize the Vikings.
Yeah.
Greg's
Shocking.
Greg's father did not like that at all.
Which was crazy because you're criticizing the offense. They're not doing
Yeah,
well.
they're not punting the ball.
Which makes him work more. He's kind
Touchdown.
of, you know what I
See?
mean? If they would have been scoring, he wouldn't have been punting.
I
You know?
agree.
So
Yeah,
it was kind of like, hey, don't talk bad about my team. But yeah, I got
Keep it going.
Maybe that's what it is. He just had to wait for his contract
I
to
think
be
it's
over.
wonderful. So how's he doing? Is he doing well?
I believe he's doing pretty well. I saw him about a month ago. He's hosting the Bob Bullet Hayes.
Yeah, sure.
Track meet and golf tournament. So we were able to go down there and see tons and tons of like Hall of Fame track athletes that come out for that big event. So they've been working hard. They've been working hard. Even in his retirement, my mom's like, I don't know anyone who retires and works more. Yeah.
Yeah, he's technically retired as well.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
I know.
For the government, we're retired.
Yes, we're retired.
Greg, I went to a retirement
Wink, wink.
party like 3 months ago for this
But
guy.
it wasn't a retirement
See?
party. That was just
See?
them Cumulus lying about
See?
it.
Right? Cumulus was like, hey, here goes your residuals party. And they tried to blow some of it on there and got a big venue.
Yeah, see, there you go. There you have it right there. But
Yeah.
I just, you mentioned Bob Hayes. You talk about my idol when I was a kid, man.
Yeah.
But the amazing thing, Bob Hayes is an incredible athlete.
Yeah.
But the amazing story, we've been talking about this for the last, I guess, couple of months, because Phil Mackey, who rides a bicycle, he said, Tom, I'm a little upset because I just checked the stats. And if I got up to my top speed, and he said his top speed is about 24 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Right? He said, if I was doing 24, Usain Bolt could still run right past me.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, it's incredibly insane how
It's unbelievable.
how fast those guys are. That's a whole different speed. Track speed, football speed. Track is like, yeah.
28 miles an hour.
Yeah,
That's moving.
yeah.
And he's not a little guy either.
No, and he was a football player too, a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Like he had pads on, like not during the 28, but yeah, that's just it's hard to wrap your head around
really
how
is.
fast a human being moving at 28 miles per hour.
It's true. And there's another young guy coming up. I don't know his name yet, but I guess he's even faster, they're claiming.
That's great. I hope they don't drug test these people either. Like, you know what I mean? I am all for steroid usage in like second majors sport ring, even majors football. I don't like it's gladiator. Let these dudes juice. Let them juice.
Yeah, because they're going to do it anyway.
Right? Like, and they're doing, what about the kids? Your kids eat hot Cheetos. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's basically the same thing.
This is so great. I know I'm being repetitive here, but this is so great to sit here and talk on the show. It's my favorite part of this job.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's fun. This is kind of, what I miss about being in radio and why, like doing podcasts is just being able to sit down and just chop it up with people.
Well, anytime, man. You're always welcome to come in here. There's no question about that. You have from a couple of years now, right?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, was it? Yeah, it wasn't before the pan. I think I came after the pan.
I think so. It's about 2.5 years.
Yeah, probably about two. Yeah.
No, because is there any better thing to listen to on a Friday morning than somebody being interesting and being funny and all the rest of it? And I never did understand, and we've talked about this before, why no one in radio ever had comedians on before like 1986. It's just weird.
Yeah, before. Yeah, I was 3 then. So
And you were
I
not
couldn't
that
answer
funny,
that
I
one.
remember. When you were 3, you were not that funny.
No, I was stumbling. I was hacky. You know what I mean? I'm like, look at me. I pooped my pants.
What's up with baby bottles?
Yeah, there you
You know
go.
what I mean?
There you have it. What's up with
Sesame
baby
Street.
bottles?
What
baby?
about Sesame Avenue? I didn't know, but I was young.
No, I just think it's like I said, people are having a hard time picking out the fact that it's me because I'm not complaining about everything constantly. I just love working here. I love having people in. It's wonderful. It is great.
Yeah, and that's the dream when you can wake up in the morning and like where you're going to. You know, at 6 a.m. or 5. You know, it's a blessing to have that because I've had both. I've had to wake up and go to a place where I don't like, but you know, during my radio days, I was happy to be up. All right, yeah, 3:30. I'm on the 4 a.m. slot. You know, I'm the warm up show. But it was like, yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
No question about it. Look, if I'm driving to work this morning on Friday, I want to hear how I can have fun this weekend. And you being on the show, now they know how they can have fun this weekend. I mean, it's great for everybody.
Yeah, you got 4 opportunities to have fun. We've had 2 shows so far. Wednesday was fun. Wednesday was like a nice. Those are like the hardcore comedy fans who come out. Who some might come back over the weekend. Be like, we're gonna see how this is when it's dusted up. But yesterday was extremely fun, man. The crowd was great. All the comics were hitting. And it looks like it's going to rain, so people might as well go to acme.com right now to pick up tickets.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, because it's like, what are we going to do? We don't, you don't want to go to a rainy baseball game or,
no.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, just come on out. We got 2 shows, 7:30, 9:45, and then tomorrow, Saturday, 7 p.m. and 9:30. You know, so it doesn't have to take up your whole life either. It can just be 90 minutes. You can go to the 7 o'clock show, go get something to eat, be back home by 10. And be to your sitter. You know what I mean? Like, yo, get out.
I love that.
You're off the clock. You know?
I love that. I don't like staying up late. Like, so that's perfect.
Yeah, because it's the older I get, more friends are like, okay, what time? How long is the show exactly? Because babysitters are hitting them off with bricks. They're like, this is a $200 night.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know.
He's like, I got your kids. What are you gonna do? Like, I guess,
all right, fine.
We're gonna go to the early show and we're gonna be home by 9:30.
Yeah.
Like
That's so nice.
It is just so terrific, honest to God. And people need to get back out and support comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, going from town to town to town, maybe at first it's got to be fun, but then after a while, I mean, to pop out once a month or something is different, but to be on the road every week is a bitch.
Yeah, it can be a lot, and you got to try to become sane. Sometimes you see why a lot of. I kind of feel like baseball or comedians and baseball players are a little bit the same because you get isolated and then you kind of get weird. Then you get around other people about, oh, you guys don't do that? All right, okay, maybe that's me. I need to be around society a bit more.
I just had this conversation with a friend the other day because we were talking about my next few months are pretty packed. Like I'm in Oklahoma City next weekend, and then it's Tempe, Arizona, and then Chicago 2 times, and then I believe I'm going to be in Baltimore coming up, and then I got shows in Madison, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm still at that point in my career where I'm excited to get on the road.
Yeah.
And my buddy Adrian, who's been around comedians, he works for Larry the Cable Guy. He has for the last 20 years. He goes, God, I so want
Adrian Kronk?
Adrian Stumpf.
Stumpf, okay.
Yeah. And he goes,
Drunk Stump was a different.
it's the same thing, yeah. He goes, I can't wait to have this conversation in 20 years when you're like, I'm at the goddamn Chuckle Hut this weekend. God damn it, again?
Yeah, there are those things. There's times when it's really fun, and then there's times like, I am driving to Aberdeen for $200.
Mayville, North Dakota, cranking it out,
I got to go to Williston.
Hey.
Oh, family.
Hey.
That's a family
That's where I
hand.
was born.
And where do you live now?
Oh, touchdown.
Are you going to retire in Williston?
I'm still weighing my options.
Okay. Like, I mean, yeah. It's all right. Yeah, I got a couple tents I put them together out there.
My 97-year-old grandma still lives in Williston, so we make it over there probably twice a year.
And wouldn't you love to see your grandmother move her closer?
I would love. She would never move.
Well,
she would never move.
She got some oil somewhere. Like, there's oil in my yard. Like, yeah, I get it, Granny.
Yeah, right. Yeah, good point.
And how often do you go see your grandmother in Williston?
Probably twice a year, usually Christmas and
That's
then
it?
summer.
Yeah.
So you just sits there by yourself,
Trust me.
364 days
Oh
a
yeah,
year.
because I'm the only
knew it.
grandchild.
I knew it.
We have to compete for
Typical.
those times. Like that's
Yeah.
why I get Christmas
Oh, do
because
ya?
it's like crazy
Well,
trying to.
that
It's like it's harder to book that than it is any hotel in the history of the world. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we all compete when to go see grandma, and then you have to check how many beds are available. Good luck with that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's nice to hear there's a constant flow.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
That sounds like Williston's a hot place, and it's hard to get a decent hotel in that place because, a whole bunch of day workers just aren't
I
out
know.
there mining that land. Yeah, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything bad about Williston.
I mean, it's an
Well, you
easy
do
target.
shows behind chicken wire out there. It's like the Blues Brothers.
Ooh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. But sometimes, that's fun in those formative years. But,
Yeah.
after you've been doing it for a while, you're like, all right,
And now that airport they moved over there is in the middle of nowhere.
where was it before?
Okay, take it easy.
Like it was
Gary.
somewhere before.
How
Right?
dare you?
I don't know any comedian
How-
who flew into Williston. You're like, well, there's my check. You're like, no.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I need a safe space. I'll be back.
Williston's definitely kind of that, depending on what you're into. It could be a safe space.
No, I don't think it's very safe space
No,
nowadays.
not at all.
What's the drive
What do you mean?
from here to Williston?
Usually takes, I think, was it 12 hours? I used to do it all the
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
But now we just fly all the time with the kiddo.
Oh, good move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Driving 7. What'd you say, 12 hours?
I think it's,
Oh,
about
God.
12 hours.
Yeah.
And then if you do Amtrak, it's an overnight, like it's a full 24 hours. We
Yeah.
did that a lot too.
Oh, because you
And you
stopped.
got to stab a guy.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
There's
on
that
the
as
train.
well. Or be
Just to
stabbed.
just to use the bathroom.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what you got to do.
You know what I love about that conversation? Greg's looking at you and he's talking. As soon as he's talking violence, he looks at me.
It's those
appreciate-
piercing blue eyes. There's something about
You're gonna go stab somebody.
Right? He brings you in, but I got my eye on you, Tom. I got my eye on you.
Yeah, he's the one you got to worry about.
Oh, what?
I'm just
Stop
saying.
flexing your muscles.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was doing.
I see it.
Look at it. Look at
That's
the
why I'm on the other
vibrating.
side over here, just in case. I have some space. Some space to get away.
Brittany. Oh, it's so great this morning because I got here about a little after 6 o'clock, and there were all these workers in the hallway. They got all kind. I don't know if they're still out there when you got here, but they were everywhere down the hallway.
Yeah, I got catcalled on the way in.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So sorry for that.
Well,
A little pep in your step.
a little bit.
But I'm standing there talking to these guys, and she
Yeah.
gets off the elevator and starts talking to me, and I said,
Immediately starts shit talking. He
I did
immediately starts shit talking.
all I
In front of
said
grown
was,
men who don't know us. I get off and he goes, "Nice outfit," and I was like, "I knew you were going to talk shit about my outfit. I knew it. I knew it when I put it on. I thought he is going to." And then they're just staring at us like, "Do these people know each other? I hope
they
so."
have no idea.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah,
no clue.
but it made their morning. They're like, the guy in the blue and the lady in the red, they're in the green.
There
Put
you
them
go.
together. I don't know what that
don't
is.
know.
I didn't pay attention
They
in
were-
color class.
But the great part of it is, I said, Brittany, would you keep it down? These guys are exhausted. And Alex and goes, he goes, no, I'm not.
Mortified. Just
we
like,
just got here, sir.
They did just get out.
oh, they looked pissed. It looked like that thing that happened
They
where.
weren't pissed.
No, not at that.
Oh,
but
okay.
like
They
that.
were happy to see you.
No.
Yes.
That like they got told to come in early, and then a door was locked.
Oh, yeah,
because
that's
they were all
right.
just
Right,
sitting there with their
right.
stuff outside, and they're like, "Hey, be here at 6 a.m." You look like
Yeah.
they've been sitting there for a while, being like, "We came here early, and the door is locked."
Yeah, they
That's
could have got
the-
breakfast. That's why they're mad. They're like, we could have went and got a
Absolutely.
breakfast sandwich and been here.
Oh, that place downstairs is good, I hear. Now, I've only eaten it
Yeah,
once.
I saw it. It
good.
looked cool. It was just called Kitchen.
Ed's Kitchen.
Ed's Kitchen.
Ed's
yeah,
Kitchen.
you gotta believe someone like this. He doesn't have a whole bunch of work. It's just Ed's Kitchen.
It's
You're like,
good.
you know what, Ed? I trust you in your kitchen, dude.
It's true. I guess the food's great. I've only had one sandwich from there, and it was really good.
It's so good, and it's so
It
hard.
is,
Every
okay.
time I go home, I'm like, don't get a sandwich. Like, just go home and eat your own food. You're
Yeah.
done at 10. You can get home at 10:30. Like, why would you get a Reuben at 10:30?
Because the joy of someone else making you a sandwich.
Oh,
See?
Feel like a husband in the 60s. Yo,
Same.
hey-o.
that's how I want to feel. A husband in the 60s just.
Hey, Ed, make me a sandwich. Like, okay.
I love that. We got to take a break because we're right back. It's time to cover the news now, Greg. See,
Yeah.
we're going to cover the news. We'll get all serious. It'll be, actually, we won't. But I know Egert once in a while gets not really serious.
Hard hitting.
Hard hitting, yeah, hard hitting. That'd be good.
Yeah, he's coming from Mankato today, so
that's
I
right.
don't know how hard hitting he's going to be up for
right.
news.
He's bringing news from Mankato?
Yeah, from the fishing openers.
He is
Oh,
indeed.
okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Coleman in studio. You have how many shows coming up this weekend?
4 shows. 2 shows tonight, Friday. 2 shows on Saturday.
At Acme?
At Acme Comedy Co.
We are so lucky to have the comedy clubs we have in this town. And
Yeah.
I don't think people realize that either.
Yeah. Yeah, we're
Great
spoiled.
comedy club. Yeah, we are. There's no doubt about it. But Greg in studio and Chris Egert in Mankato right after this.
This is the Tom Barnard Morning Show. Listen live at tombarnardshow.com or on the Tom Barnard Show app.
Hello, I'm Brad Huckle, President at North American Banking Company.
And I'm Mike Bilski, CEO at North American Banking Company.
As a community bank based right here in the Twin Cities, we believe in taking the time to get to know our customers and their businesses.
And part of that is hiring and cultivating a team of experienced lenders. When your business banks with us, you're not training in a new, inexperienced banker.
In fact, our bankers have worked with many of the same customers for years, earning their trust. We get to know you and your business, and you get to know and rely upon us.
When your business is looking to capitalize on an opportunity or solve a problem, we'll be here to help you.
Tom here. I know Brad and Mike, and I trust that with my banking, they've personally delivered on everything they've just said. So why not bank with my banker, North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Hi, this is Tom Barnard. If you've been listening, you know I'm a fan of Nissan vehicles. I own an Altima. My son and daughter-in-law both own Nissans, and we bought them all at Walser Nissan stores here in the Metro. They hang their hats in Burnsville, Wayzata, and Coon Rapids. So why is Walser different than other Nissan stores? And why should you absolutely go there this month? Tell them I personally sent you to lease or buy your next vehicle. First, there's Walser Care, a complimentary powertrain warranty that will keep you covered for miles to come for free at Walser Nissan. This month, you can score 0% financing for up to 60 months on select Nissans, or you can lease the 2023 Nissan Pathfinder S for only $269 a month. You'll need to tell them you want the Tommy B deal, of course. That's understood. So, not just Nissan, but Walser Nissan, Burnsville, Wayzata, and Coon Rapids. Don't forget to let them know the Tom Barnard family sent you and ask for the Tommy B deal. Go to walser.com and select the Walser Nissan store nearest you.
$269 per month for 24 months, 10,000 miles per year, $5,900 due at signing, VIN PC 261725.
We are back. Bob wanted me to do this again, by the way. Michael Bryant, Bradshaw, and Bryant bringing you Bob Sansevere. Michael Bryant, Bradshaw, and Bryant. Personal injury lawyer seeking justice for the injured. Contact Bradshaw and Bryant at MinnesotaPersonalInjury.com. Just wanted to make sure everybody understood that they bring us Bob Sansevere.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
That was really
Yeah, I like that. I was waiting on the second bar. That's just it right there.
really,
No, there's a lot.
Help you.
Oh,
very entertaining.
Their
That's all I
song
know.
is so good.
Yeah.
Like, and it gets in your head, and I'll never be the same ever
Nice.
since I've heard that song.
It's what are the words like?
When
Mama
you
told me.
need someone to trust,
I
a lawyer
almost
you
got that
know
out. That
and
was
trust.
very, very close.
Seeking justice for the injured.
And
I was
then-
just
feel
kidding.
like
I
there
actually
should be a
don't know.
guitar riff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
The eagle comes out. Bradshaw and
Someone
Bryant.
salutes it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from the. And by the way, did you put that up there, Rudy?
Did I put up what? The Mankato Bureau? Is that what you're talking-
Mankato Bureau, really?
I think that was Chris.
Did you put up Mankato Bureau?
I did.
You're a disaster. My God,
This
how
might-
embarrassing.
Is this the first time in your broadcast where you've had an actual Mankato Bureau? This got to be very exciting.
It is very exciting for me. I'm going to have to charge, but, other than that, I did. I got to tell you something, because last night, Catherine, of course, left town this morning for 4 days, but we had a little discussion about how I need to calm down a little bit. Apparently, I get too aggressive. I didn't know that. I wasn't aware of it. But we had a little talk about this whole thing, and she said, okay, I'm just telling you, I'm leaving town tomorrow, and you are going to do one thing for me. The whole time I'm gone, and when I get back, you're not going to watch either CNN or Fox. Because all it does is piss you off. You get all angry. So, following my lovely wife's lead, because she only cares about my mental health, I only watch Channel 5 Eyewitness News now. That's all I watch. That's a fact.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm very glad to hear that. You got to stay away from that cable news stuff, man. It rots your brain.
I can't do it anymore. It's every day how horrible you are, and oh my God, everybody sucks and everything's terrible. No, it's not. Greg Coleman's
constant.
I love the fact that your wife left town and said, "Hey, don't watch the news."
Well, that's a good point.
I was expecting something else. I was like, "Hey," she's like, "No, watch everything else."
Everything else.
Yeah,
on
I even
the table.
got the day pass for you. Go there. Just stay away from that Fox News.
So you're implying she's going to rob a bank and be on the national news? There's a possibility.
Yeah.
But no, I watched the news this morning, as a matter of fact. Very pleasant, and I do love the fact you guys do not talk about politics at all. I love that.
Yeah, we keep away from that as much as possible. There's obviously going to be a lot of things that need to be addressed when there's news of the day, but we're not going to sit there and rehash the same thing over and over and over and over again for days and hours, and I think that's what people get annoyed by. Like, it's just a drumbeat of, not good conversation.
It's just negative on both sides, like negative. And then you go all the way over to MSNBC. You want to talk about negative. Holy Christ. What's that guy's name, that goofy-looking bastard with the glasses?
All of them?
All of them. Oh, what's his name? Joe something.
Scarborough.
Scarborough.
Oh,
He's terrible.
Is he?
Oh, God, it's like, I'm so deeply affected by this. You lying sack.
Yeah, no one is. I don't watch it that much anymore.
I can't do it anymore, Greg.
Yeah.
I can't. It drives me nuts. And my wife said, "Look, when I get back home, you'll be nice and calm." Yeah, how's that basketball game going in the background? Are you in a restaurant?
Yeah, we're in a restaurant.
Oh, that's why there's noise. I don't mind the noise. I just want to know where it was coming from.
Yeah, I wish it was a basketball game. My bad.
But no, I watched your news this morning, and I thought it was very, very good. Little weather reports from Ken Barlow. Here's another thing. Here's why you should watch 5 Eyewitness News at, like 6 o'clock in the morning, because my Apple Watch kept telling me it was going to rain all day. And then I got here, and the news said that it wasn't going to rain at all. It might sprinkle a little bit. And I watched your news, and it was right on the money. Ken Barlow came out and said, "No, it might sprinkle a little bit in the morning, but it's going to be nice the rest of the day, and maybe again late tonight, maybe something else passing through."
Yeah,
he's the man.
I just got a text from Ken Barlow, though.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. And he's saying, "Greg, I'm changing the news. It's going to rain hard and heavy at 7 o'clock all the way till 11.
What a shock.
So it's going to thunderstorm everywhere but the freeways. Everywhere else but the freeways to Acme is going to be the only place. So don't go outside. Go to a basement because there will be select rain."
Okay, but if you're going to leave, you go down to Acme.
Yeah, everywhere else you'll be wet, but it'll be dry. It'll be dry there.
Glad to hear that. That really
Ken.
Oh, Ken. Goofball.
So, Chris, I do,
Yeah.
honest to God, because, I used to be the voice of Channel 5 Eyewitness News for about 900 years, so I've always enjoyed watching it. You and I became friends, so that's good as well. A couple other people over there I know, but I'm being serious for a moment. It was really nice to watch a half hour of news and not one, "Oh my God, the world's coming apart at the seams." I'm sick of that. I can't deal with it anymore. I just can't. Makes me crabby.
Well, I don't think the world needs anybody to be embellishing or hyping or adding more drama to things than is already present.
Yep.
And I know that's something we really try to just be real about it and not all the BS that goes with it.
I couldn't agree more. So I wanted to thank you for the very pleasant experience of watching the news that doesn't drive me insane.
I was fishing this morning on the news on the old Minnesota River right here
that's what I
downtown
heard.
Mankato.
How's
I
that?
did not catch a catfish. I did not catch a catfish
Why not?
because I'm a terrible fisherman.
Not as bad as I am. I am the worst fisher person of all time.
Can you noodle? Can you noodle a catfish? Is that a thing? I want to do that.
Yeah, you can. I don't know if you can in that part of the river, but if you go a little further south, I believe is where you can get
like Alabama.
Like not that south.
New Orleans. You gotta go to New
I've never
Orleans.
seen the Midwest. It's all dudes who down.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean.
A lot of overalls, no teeth. Yeah, one of those dudes.
I need a guide because I want to go into that redneck world, that hardcore. We can use that word,
Sure.
right?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Redneck.
Don't look at me.
Oh, redneck.
Well, no,
redneck.
I'm saying I'm looking to see, like, you know what I mean? Like, check the temperature. Like, I don't want to get canceled. But I'm just trying to, like, I want to catfish, but I want to do it with my fist.
Yeah, I don't see people who are wearing shirts like Chris, looking like Steve Irwin out there noodling catfish.
Oh, look at that.
Would you noodle?
I did not noodle. I think you need to go to Missouri or Mississippi or I think a place like that. And yes, you should call it Missouri.
Yeah, Missouri. So the places where you get those hardcore news stories where we kind of ignore where the world's on fire. Missouri. All right.
It was the river was moving pretty quick when we were down there. I don't think there's any way you could do that noodling thing because I think it has to be kind of calm, at least from what I've seen of those videos. But I am not a noodling expert.
Okay, now I gotta get. For us ghetto-dwelling dopes, what the hell is noodling? I never even heard of it.
You just go noodle.
Yeah, go ahead,
That's
Greg.
it? Okay.
Yeah, I think you would know. You're more of a fisherman than I am, but...
Well, they like wade into the water, Tom, and they are, I don't know if they hold something to attract these giant catfish, but they're down in the water, and like the catfish will like eat, bite all the way up their arm, and then they pull the things out of the water. It's crazy.
You use just your your fingers. I got like in a real noodling hole one night, and like you use your fingers to simulate that they are like
Keep
worms.
that audio. Keep that audio.
Keep the visual, too. She's doing like
keep the visual, too.
But you like simulate like they're kind of like something they'd want to eat, and so the catfish engulfs your whole arm.
Really?
You see these men, and again, nobody's wearing any gear.
No, they're not wearing no gloves. They're out there raw dogging fish mouths.
It's like they got sidetracked. It's always like they were doing something else, and they're like, "Let's go in this still water." And the whole catfish engulfs your, and they pull it up, and it's huge. And
Don't they
that's
have
how
big
they
teeth?
catch it. No, not really.
They don't?
No.
Well, I just assume they would.
Nah, they're like little trash compactors on the bottom. They just suck everything up.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so if you like feel like punching a fish in the mouth and calling it sport.
I like it.
Yeah, noodling.
Exactly
If you want
what
to
it is.
fist a fish, this is what you would do.
This is true. They're like, you know what? I'm sick of trying to catch sheep. Let's do the fish.
Yeah, when mutton busting doesn't cut it anymore.
Mutton busting.
Shut up.
Mutton busting, ladies and gentlemen.
We went from a reputable. This is why you got had comedians in the year just going to talk about fish, and now we're
blowing it up.
Yeah, in all sense of the word.
It is true. So now, what are you doing in Mankato today?
Well, the opener is officially tomorrow, and
that's
Mankato
right.
is where it's
That's
happening at. So we're doing the show live. We were down on the news this morning, and then we're going to do our whole show from 9 to 10 inside this beautiful restaurant, Pub 500. And so, that's why we're down here. Like everybody's down here, all the Explore Minnesota people, and all the folks who want you to get out there and get fishing this weekend. So.
Yeah, I still will never forget, and I don't know how many decades ago this was, but somebody sent the old morning show audio of a brand new disc jockey down in Mankato, and he, of course, and I don't know any call letters, so I'll just go with M-A-N. You're listening to KMAN, Mankato. How you took a job in a place called Mankato. Why would you think it's called Mankato?
Mankato.
Wait, it's not called Mankato?
No,
You're in the wrong place.
You just Mankato, Minnesota. There you go.
God, that's so bad.
It's like whenever you hear comics, they'll say like Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. Like, come on, man.
Hello,
We're not going
Minneapolis. Yeah, it's true. It happens all the time. So, have you had breakfast yet?
Yeah, and I've had a couple of breakfasts, and I'm probably going to have another one here in a little bit.
You're going to have another
breakfast?
Yeah. Multiple breakfasts. Rudy suggested a place, Polly Eyes, which is a legendary pizza place up the street.
Oh, really?
Ate there last night. Like, it was so good.
Yeah.
My belly is so full. I'm enjoying all that Mankato has to offer.
Mankato. That's exactly. You're enjoying Mankato. All they have to offer.
You should head on over to Mankato West.
Yes. Now we're talking. God, the Vikings used to train down there. How would you not know about Mankato? Well, maybe you're not a Viking fan, I suppose. Maybe that's what it would have been.
I don't know, but I'm glad you brought up that they don't do the training camp here anymore. It was such a loss for the community.
Yeah.
And it was such a cool opportunity for people like in southern Minnesota and all the surrounding areas to come down here and get to see them really up close and personal. And I got no problem with the new facility and everything they've got going on in Michigan, but I think people have a lot of like great nostalgic feelings about when that all happened in the Mankato area. So I guess it's nice the fishing opener's happening here. Hopefully bring a few more people to town. And Mankato is a really beautiful place. So
it is. I mean, that drive down on 169 is gorgeous. It's a beautiful drive.
Yeah, once you get past those police traps, it's a great.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, they're everywhere too. Everywhere.
Are they still?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, it's like between like Jordan, LeSueur, all those places there's like a million places for the cops to hide, and they will nail you.
And they're just keeping the place safe. See, that's the thing. They're not there to pull you over. We got to get people to Mankato on Monday after my show.
Not this weekend.
Yeah, but if you are driving down to Mankato and you have a partner at home and you want to make sure they're safe, not home by themselves, send them to Acme. Give them $23 and send them that.
And don't let them watch the national news.
Don't watch that national news. Baby, go watch comedy and your favorite website. Noodling.
See, there you go. You're absolutely right. Noodling.
And if you need advice on getting into a good noodling hole, just ask Brittany because she has.
She's got the technique.
She's got the magic technique for that.
I'm telling you, Tom, we got to watch some of those videos. They're crazy intense.
But now, growing up where I grew up, I have to ask you this question. Who was the first guy that thought it was a good idea to shove his hand down a fish's mouth?
I don't know.
I bet that was the second thing he tried. Never mind. I'm not going to do that again. Let me try my hand.
Mr. Noodling, eh?
Yeah, I think it was probably Mr. Noodle.
Yeah.
There's no way I would have done that.
Yeah,
I still
like
won't
the first person who found out how we get milk. You know what I mean?
That's so
that was
true.
a big risk.
Why no? I'll just drink this. What?
What?
That's nasty, man.
That's a bull, sir.
Yeah. Well, it's white. No, never mind. Anyway, moving forward with the whole idea. So, Chris, how long are you going to be down in Mankato, excuse me?
Well, we were down here last night, and then we were up this morning, and then we're going to take off after the morning show today. People don't start fishing, and they can't go out and fish for walleye in northern until midnight tonight.
Oh, okay.
And the opener itself is actually happening at Madison Lake, which is about 20 miles to the east of here. But I didn't bring my boat, and I did my fishing that I could do this morning on the Minnesota River, and going to eat some food and out. Mankato out.
But it is a great trip, though. I do love that area.
It's nice when we can eat and drink and the company has to pay for it. I mean, don't get me wrong.
God, what a slick operator you are. Okay.
It's work, man. It's work.
Right off, baby. Don't itemize this receipt.
I was told to check out some place called Metzler's.
Oh, yeah, Metzler's.
Rudy gave me the heads up about that, but if it wasn't within like a 2-block walking area downtown, I wasn't going to go. So I did not make it to Metzler's.
Is that
because
still
you're full
there?
of all that pizza.
Yeah, true. Is that even still there?
Nah, I think Mettler's closed.
Mettler's, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah, we talked about it yesterday for a little bit.
Oh, that's right,
yeah.
we did. Yeah. So I think it did close, but I'm not certain about that. Maybe somebody bought them and reopened it. Who knows? I don't have a clue.
It's probably.
I guess I'll have to save that for the next trip.
There you go.
It's like high rises now or something like that. They tear down all the places that have character in Mankato and decide to put up high rises. It's garbage.
Okay, I have to ask you guys a question because maybe I'm just not very observant or I'm not paying attention or something. But Catherine and I had to go see Bilski over at North American Banking Company yesterday, so we, cut across town, all the rest of it. You know where the Cedar Riverside is, those buildings? They completely redid the outside. They look much better than they used to. Remember that multicolored deal? When the hell did they build that huge white tower? I've never even noticed that before. It's right behind Cedar Riverside.
It's like over the course of the last 3 years. I think probably a lot of people didn't see it because it went up sort of like during all the COVID thing. Like nobody was out and about.
You weren't sure if it was a building that was being built or burned.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. Exactly. But it's like, where the hell did that 40-story building come from?
Yeah.
It's a really pretty building, too.
It is,
yeah. It does feel like it just kind of came out of nowhere. But I was driving back and forth there every single day during all that, and it was going up. It's crazy.
I got to be honest with you because you're absolutely right. It's just that the fact that I wasn't driving that way during the COVID and all that. So they built it while I was hiding out at the house, I guess. That was weird.
I feel like the same way with 35 and 94.
Oh, yeah.
Like that new overpass. And I was like, just how my life was. I just wasn't going that way because I was living downtown. And then my buddy's like, 35's open. I'm like, what? I should do it. And it took me like, I was trying to think of places to go to get on the freeway. I was like, I'm gonna go to Burnsville, so I can
just
get on that.
Just because. Yeah.
We had a listener write in. Coy, he wrote in that Mettler opens at 5.
Yeah, I just looked it up. I was going to let you know, Chris.
Mettler's opens at 5?
5 p.m. she opens up.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
See? That's why we
Maybe I'll stick around. Maybe I'll stick around.
You booze it
Go
up.
get a Reuben.
Go get a Reuben. There you go.
I figure Metzler's has Reubens and beers.
You would think.
I would hope so.
They probably have some Reubens and probably a lot of Rachels, too.
Hey.
Do you remember one of your favorite Vikings and Mankato training camps where odd things went on? Because there are a lot of those stories, man.
There was always some weird thing that went down, right?
Always. It was. And the one name that I remember is Keith Millard. That's all I have to say. Yeah, I guess some weird stuff went on down there. But.
Yeah, a friend of mine slept with Mitch Berger.
Well, there you go.
That's exactly what we did. We laughed, and to this day, I still hang out with her. I give her so much crap about it. I'm like, you had sex with that guy? That guy's.
What's wrong with having sex with a punter? I'm product of sex with a punter.
That's true.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard anyone yell in this studio. Yeah. And that's a really high bar to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Punters need love, too.
Guy who used to take a Snickers out of his shoe and eat it and then stick it back in his shoe. Don't you guys remember that?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a long game.
That's so weird.
He's got 4 or 5 plays, and not even back then. He was there with when we were rolling.
Yeah.
With Culpepper. He was like,
Speaking of, I saw in Mankato when I lived down there, it was the Culpepper years, and we'd go to training camp, and one day I saw Dante Culpepper riding a BMX bike.
Yeah.
Dude, it was like watching a clown on a little tiny trike.
I bet.
He was so massive, and it was a standard-sized BMX bike, not one that was modified to fit him. It was so his feet just at like a 90-degree angle, just pedaling this bike. It was so crazy.
Oh, it should be.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. So, Chris, do you have to pull off in the next couple of minutes, or do you have till 45?
I got to probably go because
that's what
we're
I
setting
thought.
up the remote show, and there's fans here, and they didn't understand that I was on the radio, so they came over here, and they're trying to say hi, and I'm like big time them.
Leave me alone.
Security guard down there to beat those fans up and say, "Wait your turn."
I am very busy right now. Please leave me alone.
Actually, I got a couple of text messages from the people that came over to say hello. They weren't going to say hello. They're going to tell you to comb your hair.
I know. I got to do that too.
Yeah. You're representing Hubbard and us.
Yeah.
So
what are
we
you
need
doing?
you to step it up.
Listen, it's raining out. I was just down by the river all morning. What do you expect me to look like?
Yeah.
There, Chris, I just did it again. I looked at my watch, and it claims it's going to rain all day.
All day. Might as well go to that website, go to my Twitter, go to my Instagram. We got links up there. You can just Google it. Google it. Come on. I'm doing most of the work. Google it. Google it.
Google it.
Chris, have a great
All right,
weekend.
guys.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, have a good rest of your morning.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Chris Egert, Channel 5 Eyewitness News, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I don't know. I just happened to glance at my watch. Now they're claiming it's going to rain off and on all day.
Yeah, all day, man.
But
who knows?
What do you got?
I'm saying whenever I look it up, it feels like it switches. I think it's supposed to rain a teeny bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a teeny
last
bit?
that I looked on this one, it was like it might happen in the next hour, but it shouldn't last all day.
Yeah. You know what? It's gonna be a beautiful day.
But nighttime?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I don't need tricks. I think that my show is entertaining enough to up to 74 degrees. Anything past that, I'm like, I get it. But 74 and cloudy, roll with Greg.
You're the better option.
Yeah, I think so.
You can't compete with 80, but I get 74 for sure.
Yeah.
So here you go. Ken Barlow, the weekend will not be a total washout. So that's good news.
Yeah, Kim must have not got that check I sent him.
Get everybody to, it's going to rain, according to Ken Barlow. No, he just said it's going to be pretty much what's cloudy right now. I don't know. He's not talking much about rain, so I don't know.
Well, this other newscaster who just sent me, Don Lemon, said that he's doing personal weather now.
Yeah.
What is Don Lemon doing?
He's texting people what the weather's going to be.
It's rough.
And why did he get fired?
I have no idea.
He got fired for calling somebody a name or something?
I forget why we've lost so many people lately. I can't remember why Don Lemon got fired. He's probably so happy that it's kind of
Tucker
lost.
Carlson, he got fired because he was. I don't even know why.
No.
Well, like I said, I'm not watching that stuff anymore anyway because I'm much happier today than I'd normally be.
And see, that was a test just to see if you were watching Fox and CNN. Right. You didn't. You passed.
Don Lemon's the one that said that that woman was out of her prime, but I think we all agree that there must have been more behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah. You're going to get fired for that.
No, because they were doing that. We're sending him to insensitivity or sensitivity training, and I think that would have been enough if he wasn't hard to work with.
I think they should have followed my lead because I brought this up, I guess, on Monday or Tuesday, that I've been in little chunks of a half an hour. I've been watching Superfly from 1970. Oh, my God. Have you ever seen the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that movie so much because Ron O'Neal died at 65 years old of pancreatic cancer.
Yeah.
Not fair. You know what my favorite line from that movie is, Greg?
Where? Which one?
When he goes in and he's kind of getting all of his guys to make more money. They're gambling and doing all that stuff instead of being out in the street selling stuff or finding women to work for him and blah, blah, blah. And he gets in an argument with one guy. And could you say this on the national news today?
Probably not if you got to preface it, but let's
say if you and I were on national news right now and I said something, except I can't because I don't look like Ron O'Neal, so it wouldn't have an impact.
Well, then probably.
But you could say, you white-looking mother effer.
Yeah.
That's what he calls him in the movie. It was phenomenal. Yeah. I said, I forgot, because that was 50 years ago.
Yeah,
50 years ago.
Yeah, shit. That's how I open my show. I'm glad to see you white-looking mother uppers here. You can get away with it. I thought, there's some other words in that movie. I'm like, where are we going with this now?
We were all nervous.
Yeah, we just had to deal with a baseball announcer who was like,
God, one of the biggest lines into just
where is Bucky and what has he had? Like,
there you go.
Yeah, those movies they're so ridiculous because all those dudes were like trained theater actors trying to be like tough guys and goons and pimps, and they're like, you have a British accent in real life, sir.
Did you ever see JT's Revenge?
Nah.
JT's Revenge was this great movie. It's kind of like Superfly.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that they were possessed by the devil.
Really?
JT's Revenge. You ever get a chance? It's like 50 years old.
I'm gonna look that up. I like those old movies.
I love them.
And like the from there to like the Remo Williams.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Really, Remo
I love
was
Remo.
the adventure. He was great.
Well, you're right.
He stand on his fingertips.
I love that stuff. Those old movies like that. Do you guys ever go back and watch old movies?
Yeah, but like my version of old movies, like when we said the word Superfly for a half second, I thought you said we were going to say super bad.
Super bad, yeah.
Jonah Hill, yeah.
Like that's my version of like what I would want to go back and reminisce about, my old movies.
That is crazy. That's what we're going to like tell our kids like back in the day. Oh, you should have seen this movie.
McLovin, yeah.
McLovin.
McLovin.
American Pie. These are old you can't make movies like this anymore.
They don't have
Rush
sex.
Hour. You can't do that anymore.
Sex with pies anymore.
Have you guys noticed that nobody quotes movies anymore?
No, they don't.
Nobody.
That's a very good point.
That's how we used to determine if we like somebody or not. You're like, well, yeah, I know that guy stole my bike, but he knows every single line to throw mama from the train, okay? So we're going to definitely...
Used to be.
Yeah.
We just see memes now.
That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is such a boy thing, is the quoting of movies. Cause,
really?
Like, I mean, there's like some Mean Girl things, like literally the movie Mean Girls that like us women will do, but not like guys do. Like when I was deployed... constantly, and if you didn't get the reference, you're like, what?
Yeah,
you know, and then you're like, oh, later kind of hit you, but it was like, how are we communicating? How is this a thing?
That's how I made my best friends. Was just like random Chappelle Show references.
Yeah.
Like small stuff like that.
Sprinkle a little crack on them.
Yeah,
like
just a little, throw some crack on the Johnson, bro. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you could hit a huge pop on the playground if you just went, all righty then.
Yeah.
That's all you needed. Yeah.
God, he made a lot of money off all right, didn't he? Mm-hmm. I heard he is one of the... I've never met him, but I heard he's one of the weirdest sumbitches ever born.
To
this day, randomly, I'll shut my eyes and still see him coming out of that robotic rhinoceros. Like, that was like...
He was funny.
Such a vivid scene.
Yeah.
That was In Living Color. He was blown up on In Living Color, right?
Yeah.
Fire Marshal Bill.
Yeah. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Elvira. It was insane how talented he was and how many people from that show.
Yeah, that's
a lot
true.
of people.
Just like, oh my goodness.
What happened to those? Because those shows are not funny anymore. It's too bad.
Well, I think it's tough because we have so many more options now. And it's not like all your premier talent doesn't have to go to there or to the SNL. It's, there are people who are just like, funny's not just one thing. There's different type of funnies.
Oh, yeah.
And so people just kind of go everywhere, but the most popular one, like, it's like, like SNL, I get it. It's an institution and some people are mad at it, but I was like, the show's for 13-year-olds.
Yeah, that's what it
Like,
feels
the show's
like.
for 13-year-olds.
It really feels
like,
that way, yeah.
Yeah, like that's what adult who wants entertainment, we can go out and go get our entertainment.
Right.
It's for kids, and people are like, I don't believe. It's like dudes getting mad at Marvel. It's like, I kind of get it. Did I like Ant-Man the greatest? But no, I'm not going to tweet. I'm not going to tweet about it. It's a movie about Ant-Man. Like, it's not going to be believable.
We talk about this quite a bit, Tom, but like people are very upset when things are not made for them.
Yeah.
If they are not the demographic, there's a side of anger that comes with it.
Why would they just not watch it?
Right? I don't
It
get
makes
that.
no
You're right. Like,
sense.
this wasn't made for me.
Yeah. And are you going to go see it? No. But
exactly.
Yeah.
If you're not going to watch it, who cares?
That is true.
Never understood that. Now, what time do you have to leave? I want to make sure because I don't want to hold you up.
I got probably 10 minutes. I think so. How far? Yeah, I got to go up 100.
So, like, right at we can go till 9 o'clock, can we not? Because we don't have anything jumping right out. I don't think.
No, we don't have anybody until 9:15 when we got Phil and Kent.
So that's perfect. Yeah, if you could stay till 9 o'clock, that'd be wonderful.
All right.
Does that work for you? You got to go.
I think they want to be on at 9. I'm not saying.
okay.
I think it's at other place, but you know what I mean. Whatever.
That's cool.
Don't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you got to go, you got to
whatever.
go.
Yeah. But
What do you
how
wanna
about
do?
this? I'll come back in a couple months.
Couple
2-3
months.
months. All right, cool. I'll come
It was
back
a couple
in 2
of
weeks.
days.
All right, cool. I'll come back. I really
Couple
ain't-
hours.
We're not in.
Couple
but
of
we come
minutes.
in tomorrow and just like make sure everything's
I'll bring my kid.
Yeah,
I got
perfect.
nothing else to do. She's
perfect. Let her run the halls.
Yeah, she can. She'll go jump on the mic. She'll say a couple things.
Love it.
And I'll say this again. It is so great to have you guys and men and women I'm talking about here back in studio on Fridays, laughing, joking, having a great time. It was always my favorite day to do radio. Always. And now you guys are back, and it's wonderful.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and it's good, man. I appreciate it, too, because it's, there's some places where you go where people, like, dread and drag, like, oh, okay. But we're able to kind of have real conversations and,
Right.
just relax and cool and, like, you're not trying to out-funny the comedian, and I'm not trying to show anybody up. It's good vibes, man.
Okay,
Good
so-
vibes with you guys.
So please pass it along to your father that I do have a metal detector. So when he comes in,
It'll be, well, he's going to have to turn around. He's like, oh, shit, I got to leave this in the car.
Check this.
I gotta leave this. They're my golf clubs.
that's all it is. It's just a golf club.
Yeah, nah, man, it's all good.
It's
the good
wonderful.
fun, man.
And one more time, where are you at and what time?
I'm at Acme Comedy Co. It is downtown North Loop, in the North Loop area. Tonight's show starts at 7:30, and the late show starts at 9:45. And tomorrow, 7 p.m. and 9:30, I'm there with the very funny Trevor Anderson. And Sean is, what's Sean's last name?
I can't remember Sean's last name. I see him all the time.
I just call him Sean.
Sean, yeah.
I know he's Bust Two Nuts on Instagram. That's his Instagram name. Bust Two Nut.
Nice,
but
Sean.
no, it's been fun. Trevor's really good, really funny. It's a fun show. I feel like we kind of cover the spread. As far as like interests and it's been good, man. So whether you come out or not, come out.
No.
But yeah,
come out. Come out.
Yeah,
Come
you're
out,
right. This is
show
what I
up.
got to do. Come out.
Do it.
Don't miss these last. But I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you
No,
very
it's
much.
great seeing you again. Great having you in studio. Anytime, seriously, anytime you want to stop, I'd love to have you.
True. I appreciate it. I will be back.
Thanks, pal. We got a break here, don't we? I think.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Greg.
All right,
We'll be right
cool.
back.
I'm gonna go
This is the Tom Barnard Morning Show.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, Mike Lindell and MyPillow are launching MyPillow 2.0. When Mike invented MyPillow, it had everything you could ever want in a pillow. 20 years later, he discovered a new technology that makes MyPillow even better. The MyPillow 2.0 has the patented adjustable fill of the original MyPillow, and now with the brand new fabric that is made with a temperature-regulating thread. The MyPillow 2.0 is the softest, smoothest, and coolest pillow you'll ever own. Say goodbye to tossing and turning and flipping your pillow over in the middle of the night. And more great news on the MyPillow 2.0. Buy one, get one free offer with promo code TOM. MyPillow 2.0, with its temperature-regulating technology, is 100% made in the USA and comes with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Just go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio podcast square to receive the MyPillow 2.0 buy one, get one free offer. Just when you thought MyPillow couldn't get any better, MyPillow 2.0 gives you the best pillow ever. Promo code TOM or call 800-516-5146 to get your MyPillow 2.0s now. Hi, this is Tom Barnard. If you've been listening, you know I'm a fan of Nissan vehicles. I own an Altima. My son and daughter-in-law both own Nissans, and we bought them all at Walser Nissan stores here in the Metro. They hang their hats in Burnsville, Wayzata, and Coon Rapids. So why is Walser different than other Nissan stores? And why should you absolutely go there this month? Tell them I personally sent you to lease or buy your next vehicle. First, there's Walser Care, a complimentary powertrain warranty that will keep you covered for miles to come for free at Walser Nissan. This month, you can score 0% financing for up to 60 months on select Nissans, or you can lease the 2023 Nissan Pathfinder S for only $269 a month. You'll need to tell them you want the Tommy B deal, of course. That's understood. So, not just Nissan, but Walser Nissan, Burnsville, Wayzata, and Coon Rapids. Don't forget to let them know the Tom Barnard family sent you and ask for the Tommy B deal. Go to walser.com and select the Walser Nissan store nearest you.
$269 per month for 24 months. 10,000 miles per year. $5,900 due at signing. VIN PC 261725.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Probably got to check the weather here. Now, I don't know which weather to go with because I looked at two different sources. One says it's not going to rain, and the other one says it is going to rain. So I don't know who to believe.
I don't trust any of them.
You're not buying any of it?
Not buying what you're selling today.
All right. Well, a few morning showers, then partly sunny, 76. That's the one I'm going to go with.
I like it.
Okay. Mostly cloudy with a few showers, thunderstorms overnight, a low of 62. Then tomorrow, breezy with scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms, 72 for the high tomorrow again. On Sunday, an early shower, then clearing, breezy but a bit cooler, a high of 68. It is 66 right now. It's 66 and cloudy. So we'll see. As it develops, we'll keep you, we'll keep you in the know as far as all this stuff is concerned, if it does. And by the way, it says it's going to rain every hour, but there's only a 30% chance, so that's not that big a chance anyway, is it?
No.
Unless you get up around 60, 70.
Somebody at one time said, I said, well, it's going to be like a 30% chance of rain. They go, yeah, but that's a 70% chance of sunshine.
That's exactly right.
It's a great way to look at it, my friend.
The only way you can pull it off.
So corny, and I kind of love it.
Yeah, right? Mm-hmm.
Corny, I say.
Ooh, we got a lot of messages, and I
love to hear them.
I wrote back a bunch of people from yesterday because I felt bad. I was maybe having a little too much fun in studio with Allie.
Not you.
Not me. I'm a professional.
Jesus, Palomino.
Let's see. Lori said that she's very excited to have her back when Janet Jackson is here this summer. Have Allie back. Great show today. Allie and Britt had me rolling.
Oh, God. I knew she had to get to that part.
Allie is awesome. Tom is okay, too, said Brandon.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
What a fun combo. Haven't heard Allie in years. Great show, guys. Matt wrote in, I'm listening right now. She kind of has the same laugh as Fran Drescher, and I've never...
Oh, God, that's an insult.
I've never noticed it. I'm going to have to pay attention. She kind of does.
Oh, God, that's terrible neuse. She's never coming back just because of that.
Kelly wrote, I love the new show. Jason, who saw your picture on our Facebook, wrote, looking good, Tommy.
Yeah, I just looked up at the screen this morning. I have lost a lot of weight, haven't I?
I know, that's what I was saying. Today
I
noticed.
Looking, I was like, really?
I can't believe you lost, that's wild. 20 pounds?
Yeah, a little under 20 pounds in 3 weeks.
Screw off.
And by the way, there are times when my weight went up when I weighed myself in the morning. So, that does happen. It goes up and down a little bit. Depends on, what you ate and what your whole... obviously, if you weigh too much, you're going to gain some weight. But it depends on the salt. It depends on how much water you were drinking. It depends on a lot of things.
Do they recommend you not to weigh yourself every day, or do they want you to weigh yourself every day?
They want me to weigh myself every day.
Wow, that would be very painful for me. Because I would
really?
Because I don't want I'm tall, and so, like you said, like the salt intake, whatever.
Yeah.
Gaining 2 pounds, losing 2 pounds, whatever. Like that would be, I think, but it's working for you.
But it works for me because once again, it's been a long, long time since you work out every day. But so whenever I'd want to lose some weight, I always knew it was going to be a little up and down because you add muscle. That's a hell of a lot heavier than fat, by the way.
You can't be hypercritical. Like, you got to just trust the process.
As long as I get to my goal, which right now my goal is 225, which means I will have lost about, I would have lost about 50 pounds. Because I was at 274 when I started this thing, and this morning I was at like 258, I think.
Wow.
So I've already, so there you go. But yeah, that's one thing about going on a diet, losing weight, and do it however you're going to do it. I'd recommend MN fat loss, obviously, because it's working so well for me. But just don't lose patience. If you gain even a couple of pounds, it's going to go away. You can't just sit there and eat whatever you want on one day and not expect to put on some weight.
Yeah, there's a give and take, right?
You eat at a restaurant, you really don't know what's all in the food. So if you gain a little weight, you just don't worry about that stuff. It pops up, it'll fall right back off anyway.
Yeah, you do.
That's what I say. Just
It's
don't
that
worry about it.
consistency. I like that.
Yep.
Aaron wrote in just now, and he said, "You guys are on fire with having Jay, and now with Greg. I hope we get the Skor brothers
talking about
next week. Great job."
It'd be nice, yeah.
They used to come in all the time.
Yeah. So I also found out yesterday that talk about great magnet. We just brought up Jimmy Walker the other day.
Yeah,
remember that? We were like, what happened to Jimmy Walker? Oh, he's going to be on the show.
What?
Yeah.
I love Jimmy Walker. Great guy.
Between Jimmy Walker and then I also just found out that Jamie Kennedy is also going to be joining us soon.
Another great guy.
Yeah.
We're manifesting the secret.
See, this is the old days. I'm telling you. Every Thursday and Friday we had, and certainly on Fridays. It just makes the day. I mean, Greg Coleman showing up today, it just made the show.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so
wonderful.
lovely.
Great
so
guy.
fun.
Hey,
great guy.
Real quick, I found a supercut of Fran Drescher laughing. So.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Here you go.
I'm not lying.
Is that annoying?
Allie is one of my best friends. And like, real talk, she kind of laughs like that.
Okay.
I've never noticed. She has a like, she hits some similar tones there.
I had a friend named the Dog. He was called the Dog because he walked like a bulldog. He had swung his arm, stuck his chest out. Because he was a weightlifter, right?
Yeah.
But the great thing about him is, and unless you knew him, you wouldn't know this, but if he ever got in a little exchange with somebody and he all of a sudden went like that, it means he was going to knock your ass out. Because he was making fun of you before he knocked your ass out.
That was a tell that you are about to be unconscious.
The Dog, I missed the Dog. Dog died way too young. Died why do all my friends die? Do they want to? Is that what it is? Just to get away from me?
That's why I've never called you a friend. I'm too scared.
Good plan.
Grim Reaper is just over your shoulder.
It's a really good plan. But no, it's a lot of people now. But man, you never met the Dog, did you?
No. There's so many of your friends I've never met, but I know so well because I've heard stories for years about.
God.
And so it's so funny, like the Dog, and there's just a bunch of others. Even Toots. I feel like I know her because we've talked so many times about her.
You and Toots would have gotten along really well.
Of course we would have.
You would have.
I mean, I think about it's so funny because I have an image of like this person through and through, and I've seen photos and stuff, but it's funny how when you hear somebody so often that they become a real person in your head, even though you've never talked to them.
She did one thing that was annoying as a son of a bitch, though. Like when you tell somebody something, go, you know what, I can't picture that. You know how they say that?
Yeah.
My mother wouldn't say that. And I told her 55 times, you're saying it wrong. She goes, no, I'm not. She'd always say, really? I can't feature that. Feature? What are you, in a movie theater?
Oh.
I can't feature it?
I can't feature that.
Like, what the hell do you mean by that? Toots, we miss you. I love you dearly every single day of my life.
Yep, and happy Mother's Day, Toots. We'll miss you on Sunday.
Speaking of that, Sunday is Mother's Day, which is exciting if you're a mother and stressful if you have a mother but haven't bought a gift yet. You are not alone, though. Catherine got a gift of 4 days away from me. That was her gift for Mother's Day. What
Trust
do you think?
me, she's...
Hey, shut up.
That was her preferred list. It was on her registry.
This is what I'd like the most if I could possibly get it.
Right?
A new survey, 11% of people say they usually buy Mother's Day gifts on Mother's Day. Did you know that?
Oh, I believe that.
On Mother's Day?
I believe that.
What, a little bottle of Evening in Paris? Is that what we're talking here?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
They even make that anymore?
I don't know. We should almost find that.
There was a woman's perfume called Evening in Paris, and it was sold at every Merwin drugstore in town. It was wonderful. I don't know if my mother... I do believe one time I opened her closet, and I didn't even know what I was looking for. But she had about 20 bottles of Evening in Paris there. In other words, gifts from me for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
It's like, thanks, Mom.
It had this really like signature blue bottle.
Yes, absolutely.
I remember
that's
that.
the one.
Yeah.
So none of that anymore. Let me know if you find something.
I mean, I found some like you can buy it that people still have, but you're gonna pay for it. What was once $20 now will be $50.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Because I don't think they make it anymore. Yeah, it looks like I'm mostly finding it on eBay. $80, $70.
For Evening in Paris.
Yeah, it's not.
My mother had like 20 bottles. She'd be making, if she was still alive, she'd be making about $2,000.
Yeah, she could.
Javon Musk was always the one that my grandmother wore. I can still smell it.
Yeah.
My grandma hasn't worn it. I mean, she's been passed now for like 7 years, and she stopped wearing it like 25 years ago. But every once in a while, I'll walk past a Walgreens, and it'll hit me, and I'm like, man, just brings me right back to Sunday roast day, you know?
Oh, like I remember, there was a certain perfume my Aunt Jen would always wear, my great Aunt Jen, and I was serving a table of those red hat women, do you ever heard of those?
Yep.
And one of them smelled so like it, and I kept, talking to her, and she gave me a hug at the end of, when I was done serving. She was very sweet. And I did not want to wash my shirt because it just smelled like it so much. I just loved it. Oh.
She's smelling her own pits right now.
I know.
What are you doing?
I love when that smell will remind you of somebody. It hits you like a bus.
One of my favorites of all time, and I never knew the man, but I always admired him for doing this. There was a disc jockey, I think it was on KUXL if I remember correctly, but it might have been Kamoja. It might have been KMOJ. I can't remember which one it was. But you know what his radio name was? Chaz Millionaire. You know where he got the name Chaz Millionaire? 2 different bottles of men's cologne at Merwin Drugstore. There was Chaz and there was Millionaire. So he just took both names and put them together, baby.
Slid those two together.
That's a great idea, don't you think?
That's a great way. I feel a little bummed out. When I joined, got into radio, they were kind of over the radio name thing.
You should go with Jade East. That'll be your new name.
Jade East is so cool.
See? I used to wear Jade East all the time.
Jade East. My name's Jade. Jade is a cool girl name.
It is. There's no doubt about that.
Brittany is a spastic name.
No, it's not. Brittany's a great name.
No, and it fits. But hi, I'm Jade. Nothing more.
I'm Jade, baby.
Hi, I'm Jade, baby.
I love that.
I love that.
This is a great idea. We're going to get this going.
Jade.
What do you think?
Jade glue.
All right, back to Mother's Day. Sunday is Mother's Day. In a survey, 11% of people say they usually buy the gifts on Mother's Day, which, oh my God, Toots would not have liked that. Or maybe the day before. The most popular response after 2 weeks, 2 weeks in advance. 32% of people do that. 28% of people wait until 1 week before, and 24% plan ahead and buy a gift 1 month in advance. 4% of people don't buy Mother's Day gifts. You know what? After I started doing well in life, you know what my mother got for every Mother's Day? Cash on the barrel head, baby.
Really?
Oh, yeah. What do you want for Mother's Day? Cash. What do you want for Christmas? Cash. She always wanted the cash.
A woman after my own heart.
Yeah, there you go. Ah, man, you'd have loved Toots. You and the Toots would have gotten along really well. So you got the most popular last-minute gift, of course, would be flowers. That makes total sense, especially if you're not relying on delivery. Some brave souls shop for clothing at the last minute, which would be much easier with Mom. Gift cards are third, followed by jewelry. Another World's Best Mom mug did not make the list. Oh, yeah, the World's Best Mom mugs. Remember those?
God.
Yeah. God, I forgot all about
those.
And
I just think of Steve Carell in The Office.
Love him. Oh, I love him.
And he was doing one of those interviews in his office, and he had World's Best Boss, and he's like, "Oh, you like my mug? Yeah. I found it on sale at Walgreens, and I just knew I had to get it." And I was like, I don't think you're supposed to buy that for yourself.
Maybe World's Best Everything.
I love
that
it.
show is still hilarious.
It's so funny.
Have you been watching the extended cuts?
Ever since you told me about him, I love watching them.
He is brilliant in that. Well, everybody in that show is brilliant in their role.
They're so funny.
I mean, everybody plays their roles just beautifully on that show.
Yeah.
Dwight, could he be an any bigger pain in the ass?
I know.
Is it possible?
It's so funny. And Creed is amazing, and Phyllis is amazing, and Stanley, and they all just do.
Yep.
I mean, they're part. But nobody is more ridiculous. Steve Carell
phenomenal.
Could you imagine if that was your boss? I mean, constantly getting called in for these meetings that are just ridiculous and
You know what I love about him the most is he would use words that apparently, like very simple words that you and I would use, but apparently he had never heard them before.
Yeah.
He literally on one show said, you know, they suggested that I substitute something else, which is not a bad idea, but I don't really like substitute. I just like the toot part. It's like, what?
Okay, he said it's so like that.
What?
In a later episode, I'm so glad that you like that because he said this. He goes, am I superstitious? No, I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious.
Yeah, see there, that's touchdown. That's exactly what I'm a little stitious.
I was like, oh. So to this day, when people bring up superstitious, I have to like hold my tongue and not say, I'm a little stitious.
I'm just a little stitious. So you got toot and stitious.
It's
Those
so
are the two words he
funny.
just, that show still, after all this time.
Yeah.
Because they have added a lot of stuff in that was never seen before.
Oh.
It's just brilliant.
And there's another scene, too, it's in the same vein, where he realizes he's broke and he's talking with Oscar about, that's his finance guy, if he should declare bankruptcy. So he is outside and he just goes, I declare bankruptcy.
So he's literally declaring. Yes.
And Oscar goes, that's not like official, right? Like you have to, there's
Yes,
paperwork.
Rainn Wilson, who played Dwight, was at Chanhassen Dinner Theater for like 2 years.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
God,
Yep.
he's brilliant.
He's so good.
He moved to town and he lived because, obviously he couldn't afford to live out there. So he lived like in the city and he would do the theater shows and then he would come back and hang. And there was like this cross time where he would just sit in his car and listen to radio.
Really?
Yeah. He was a big radio guy. So it'd be like midnight, 1 a.m. He'd have a bag full of McDonald's and he would just sit and listen to the radio, like overnight talk shows.
That's terrific.
When they had like all the crazy stuff on, like UFOs and blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Oh,
He would just sit and listen to it. And I'm like, what? And he would talk about like some of the parking lots that he would hang out in. I'm like, I know that parking lot. I know that Denny's very well. Yeah.
I feel like that happens a lot with people in LA is they end up like moving here or like using part-time here. My husband just did a random, like jumped in with any golf group. He does it all the time.
Right.
I don't know if they call it like he's a one whatever person and jumps in. Ends up golfing with this actor, one of the lead guys from, remember the show Desperate Housewives? James Denton.
My daughter's watching it nonstop right now.
Really?
Yes.
What
Loves
a
it.
small. He's here in the cities. He lives here in the cities. He also, does stuff in LA, but he's like, I did not want to raise my kids in LA.
No, I understand.
And so he just comes here all the time and has a house here, and he's like, loves being here. And it's so funny because you kind of think, as when you're younger, you go, everybody wants to live in LA and New York. Like those are the two places everyone wants to live. And then you find out people only want to. They don't even want to be there.
Not anymore, they don't. Yeah. I loved living in New York when I lived there.
Oh, I
would never move to New York again. No way.
No.
Would you have raised your kids there, though?
No. That's why we moved back. That's why I took the job at KQ, because we found out we were going to have a baby.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever hear the story about when Tiffany Norton, who's been on this show?
Yeah.
So Sir Ian McKellen was at the Guthrie.
Oh, wow.
And he was doing like he was there for 2 months, and across the street at Grumpy's in downtown Minneapolis on Washington Avenue, there was this iconic open mic. And Tiffany Norton was in there one night, and Sir Ian McKellen walked in.
Oh.
And I mean, there was a buzz in the room, like, oh my gosh, he's here. It's like, Magneto is here. And they're like, is he going to sit? There's about 5 people with him, and they go and they sit down right at like, the second table, and Ian sits down, Tiffany grabs the mic, and she's like, hi, my name's Tiffany Norton, and it's my daughter's birthday today, or as I like to call it, happy not aborting you day. Sir Ian McKellen stood up and walked out.
He left?
One jump.
Oh,
no. She walked him.
Oh, no, she walked him.
It's so funny. And when
That
she tells...
is so funny.
I'm not doing the story
That's
justice,
sad.
because
No,
when
it's
she
so
tells
funny.
it... Oh, it's so funny.
It's so funny. It's also like, that's what's throwing you off.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
all right.
No abortion jokes for me, damn it.
Yeah.
One joke and he's out.
Spoiler alert, she kept her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all works out in the end. It all works out in the end, ladies and gentlemen. So, Mother's Day's coming up, so take care of that. I heard Go-Go stiffed you.
Well, that's so funny you said that, because we are having this talk. Justin, I said, hey, it's Mother's Day on Sunday, like, heads up, giving you a heads up. And he goes, yeah, I'll make sure to call my mom. And I was like,
That wasn't my point.
I was like, because Go-Go So she's
That's
a really
terrible.
shitty gift giver right now since she's only one.
Yeah, I could see that.
Not a great gift giver. So I kind of have this weird expectation he's going to do something, but I don't want flowers. Justin, hear me? I don't want flowers.
Why don't you want flowers?
I'm not that into flowers. I know
love
there's some
flowers.
people. I know, like,
Love 'em.
It just right now our house is so chaotic. The idea of adding a vase full of water and flowers is just not the move.
So you're having none of it?
No, like make me a grilled cheese. That would be legit. I'll take that.
A grilled cheese, really?
Oh heck yeah!
That'll get it done for you?
Yeah, that'd be enough.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, seriously, there's nothing wrong with that at all. But
No.
I love Mother's Day, but that's a problem that the two of you are not going to like is when,
No, stop.
you
No.
know.
Nope.
I'm just telling you.
Stop. We don't talk about this. No.
When.
No.
Well, I've been enjoying many a Father's Day, so you guys, I have no problems with it because people are always like, "What happens when your dad leaves? When he leaves this planet?" I'm like, "My dad left it too." I'm like,
Yeah.
I've been enjoying those Sundays by myself for a very, very long
Rudy,
time.
you're so lucky. Do you know how much money you've saved on shitty ties you did? No.
Possibly. Mm-hmm. You guys know anything about YouTubers? Because I really don't.
Depends on what kind.
Oh, it depends. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, this guy, I don't know what the hell he was doing. A YouTuber who intentionally crashed an airplane, and by the way, it's spelled aeroplane, not airplane, for views, will plead guilty to obstructing a federal investigation by cleaning up the site of the crash, U.S. prosecutors say. Trevor Jacobs, 29, posted the video of the plane crashing to YouTube in December 2021, implying it was an accident. It has over 2.9 million views to date. Now, the only reason I even bring this up, because this did just pop up.
Yeah.
He could face up to 20 years in prison, by the way, for crashing the airplane. Don't we have to do something about nut jobs like this, crashing an airplane just for views?
It's wild.
Because he could have killed people.
Yeah.
Right? What is this bad? Because like I said, I don't go on social media, so I don't know anything about it. But is it this bad across the board? People doing outrageous things, very dangerous things, just for views?
Yeah, it goes both ways. You have people that are crashing, airplanes. Or you guys remember Balloon Boy? Remember when that?
I remember Balloon Boy.
The hoax with that, and now it's going the opposite direction, where people are, people who want to be famous on TikTok or YouTube are taking $1,000 and going to Trader Joe's and trying to buy people's groceries, and people who are onto it, and they're like, "No, don't buy. Are you really going to film me as you buy my groceries? Listen, I have a job.
Yep.
I'm a very capable adult. Like,
Plus, like Trader Joe's, meet me at Costco, bitch.
Yeah, right.
Like Trader Joe's, I can't rack up as much as I want. Like,
One thing I will tell you about Costco, though.
Yeah.
If you're going to get gas at Costco, you better get your ass out of bed early, because man, that thing is backed up forever.
I know. I'm not put together enough to make plan around ending my tank at Costco.
It's cheaper though.
I know it is.
It proves that people have more time than money.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, literally, there must have been. We went to the one right across the street here. Catherine did, and there must have been, not exaggerating, 20 cars in line.
Yeah,
or maybe even more than, maybe 30.
There's a lot of anxiety that goes into that too, because you have to do it a certain way, and it is very like, if you're not, there's a swipe, and then there's a this, and then there's another swipe, and then there's this, and it's like you feel it because there's like 40 people behind you.
Right. We'll take a break. Be right back. Some baseball player or something. I don't know what. I know Phil Mackey's gonna be on, but I think it's some baseball guy or something.
Never heard of him.
KH or I don't know what the hell's initial. Something. We'll be right back.
This is the Tom Barnard Morning Show. Listen live on the Tom Barnard Show app or at tombarnardshow.com.
I've been losing weight. I got to tell you, I'm really impressed with the program offered by mnfatloss.com. The team at MN Fat Loss has figured out the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day. I've lost 14 pounds, and I've only been on the program a few weeks. I'm feeling healthier. I got a lot more energy. The program is safe and effective. You know me. I'm not going to count points or eat prepackaged meals. Certainly no hypnosis is going to happen. Seriously, folks, if you want to lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two, you really ought to check out the program at mnfatloss.com. Of course, results may vary, but I'm losing weight. I feel great. If you want to find out the secret to losing 14 pounds in just a few weeks, about a pound of fat every day, as a matter of fact, no exercise required, schedule your free consultation by calling 763-312-7600, online at mnfatloss.com, be sure to tell them Tom Barnard said to give mnfatloss.com a call. There's plenty of thoughts that come into your head when you think the name Killebrew. Of course, there's the Minnesota baseball legend, Harmon, who was responsible for many a favorite memory at the old Met Stadium in Bloomington, and many a baseball that ended up in the stands and in the gloves of adoring fans from his home runs. There's Killebrew Drive, the legendary road that connects Highway 77 to the Mall of America, and a day of shopping you'll never forget. My current thoughts for the name Killebrew is fun floats in our kitchen with my kids and grandkids, a cool, refreshing break in between innings at Target or CHS Field. Or maybe a perfect sunset paired with a sweet, frothy beverage after fishing or on your favorite walleye lake. Killebrew root beer and cream soda. Grab a six-pack at a grocery or convenience store near you. I'm Tom Barnard. This spring and summer, enjoy the one Killebrew root beer and cream soda. Gluten and caffeine-free with a generous portion of delicious thrown in. Killebrew, where memories are created and legends are made. Shock of the century. Could have pissed me off on purpose. What a shock. That's all I'm saying.
We're on the highway to hell.
Hey, what do you think of that belting out? Thank you. Beautiful. Just ran a couple of...
Brittany, who sings that song?
AC/DC, don't.
Maybe we should keep it that way.
Oh, huh?
At first, I thought you were doing that thing like you didn't think I'd know, and then I just got owned.
You walked right into that one.
You did.
Just
you
like
scrolled.
a belt-high fastball for Kent Hrbek right there. Just walked right into it.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I should mention that I went out, ran down the hall, ran into a couple of listeners. They're loving the show this morning, so that's good.
That's awesome.
It is magnificent. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Minnesota legend Kent Hrbek Sports, brought to you exclusively by Killebrew Old Fashioned Root Beer and Cream Soda at the ballpark up north or in your fridge. Killebrew Root Beer and Cream Soda. Kent Hrbek, Phil Mackey. We had a win yesterday, thank God.
I'm still trying to get that ringing out of my ear, highway to hell there.
You know what, Ken?
What was that?
You know what? That hurt coming from you.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it personally, but that's just me. Right?
Morning, folks.
Good morning, sir. Morning. So I got a picture of you standing, I think you might have been pulling on a beer, actually. So,
jeez.
I don't
Me
know.
drink a beer?
Yeah, it was hard to believe, but
yeah.
And apparently
Speaking
the man.
Speaking of drinking beer, I'm going to be pouring beer at 9 Mile Brewery this weekend.
Oh, you are? What are you doing?
Mother's Day, and I'm gonna beer tin at 9 Mile Brewery.
That's a good thing.
Have a little. This is a little plug for him, but I'm having a Herbie's Grand Slam Kolsch. How do you like that?
What was the last word?
Kolsch.
What's a Kolsch?
Beer.
It's like a style of beer. Yeah, in fact, I mentioned a couple of weeks ago I had one over at 9 Mile. Delicious.
It's called Kolsch?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of it.
It's kind of like a lager. It's a little light.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a pretty good, really good beer.
Yeah,
I like it.
Absolutely.
Well, how many did you have to have before you got hammered?
He just starts
I don't ever get hammered.
No, I know.
You have to drink one for everyone you pour, so it's going to be a fun thing.
Right. Well, and they're every Grand Slam you buy, you get $1 goes towards ALS for the folks.
See, that's great. Kent, I'm so proud of you with that stuff, and I'm being very serious now for a second here. But you are very loyal to your family, and that's terrific that you're still doing that. Love it.
Yeah, we're plugging away, trying to get some hope for these people with ALS, and that's raising money any way we can, and from golf tournaments to fishing tournaments to snowmobile rides to bike rides to pouring beer. We're trying to raise money to help these people out, and it'll be a fun day. It's Mother's Day. I'm pouring beer from 3 to 4 over there, and it'll be a good day. And the day before that, I'll be down at the Cubs watching the Cubs game. I'm not even going fishing on the opener. How do you like that?
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that's weird. Wow. That is weird that you're not going to the opener.
It's a weird deal, but I'm off to the water on Monday, so I'm going to do a little fishing then. But I wanted to see, I got some friends that like the Cubs, so we're going to watch a Cub game on Saturday.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that because they're playing my favorite team. I know that.
That's right. Yeah, I know. I won't be
win.
cheering for the Cubs, believe me.
I bet not. Well, I tell you what, that San Diego brouhaha that turned into an all right thing, I'm really, really happy they won 2 out of 3 from San Diego. That got scary for a minute there, you guys. It did.
everybody start panicking right away. The Twins aren't hitting, blah, 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 this and that. Hey, you go through those streaks. As we've talked, and Phil, you've said that to Tom already, too. This is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yep.
You're going to go through ups and downs, and they're struggling with the bats a little bit. Look, Correa was struggling like all heck with the bat, and he comes through with a big hit yesterday. So, you're going to have your days. It's going to say, hey, what's wrong with these guys? I mean, I get it in my head, too. What the heck's going on? How come they can't hit? Well, we know they can hit. And, we were always worried about Twins pitching, but their pitching staff's doing an awesome job.
Yes.
And, they're 3 games up, and I see Detroit snuck in there now. Detroit's in second place.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I know that I'm the one that's been preaching marathon, like you just said around here. Hey, let's not overreact here. Tom, quit being so negative, okay? But I do, now that Detroit has passed Cleveland, like you said, and Cleveland's now 17-20. The Twins just took 2 out of 3. I actually have a declaration here that I'd like to make on the show.
Jeez.
I think it's over, guys. I think the American League Central it's a wrap.
3 games up.
I think it's a wrap. Twins won the division by taking 2 or 3 from the Padres. I think you start planning your playoff rotation right now.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
I am now looking ahead to early October, and I am sort of reverse engineering what I want my rotation to look like all the way back.
Sounds like you've been at 9 Mile Brewery already.
That's right.
Well, but I look back at 1987, and I do remember this Hun Yuck that was new about 6 months on the air, predicted the Twins would win the World Series. And my favorite part of that to this day is they did not win a lot of games that year. Somebody on the show right now might have been on the team. Did not win a bunch of games, and it took them 7 games to win every set. Everything was down to the wire that year. It was just, that was thrilling, actually. I don't know, how was it playing in that kind of a situation, Kent, where everything came at the last minute?
Yeah, it was, 87 was a crazy series for us, but 91 was also. But 87 was the first that I had been involved with. But, I always talked about our team. Our team was, I always thought we had a better team in 91 than 87 as far as up and down the lineup and everything and pitching. But, we just got on a roll. We got hot, and the Dome was our magic place. I mean, we couldn't lose on the Dome. That year, we lost everything. Every time we went on the road, we lost, and every time we came home, we won. So, we definitely had a 10th man there at the Dome that year in '87.
No question. No question. And I have brought this up to you several times, but every time you tell me that, I get a call from Laudner. What does he mean 91 was a better team than 87?
Poor Lauds.
Oh, poor Laudner.
Sorry, Timmy.
I love that guy. He's damn good on television. I really like the job he does. He does a great job.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. Yeah, he was on. He's worked a lot this year. He's worked the whole month of April, and Timmy does a great job. And I believe he's working this weekend again. He had a few days off, but he's got to squeeze a golf match in there once in a while. But he's done a great job. It's fun to listen to him, and of course, Mr. Bremer and Glenn Perkins, I think, is doing a great job. He's been fun on there. I think he's been doing a great job. So it's fun to watch those guys and get better at their jobs, and going from being a player to talking about the game. It's kind of difficult to not rip into somebody once in a while, and it happens. But the guys are doing a great job.
I think Perk was the man when he was still a player. When he was the closer for the Twins, he made weekly appearances on our radio show. We looked at each other after the second one and said, "Wow, if this guy wants to do this at some point after his career is over." And same with Morneau, who does a lot of games. Right. What I like about those guys, they're able to offer credible critiques as needed, without necessarily savaging somebody, right? Like when Glenn Perkins says something about, someone's pitch repertoire or whatever, it's coming from, okay, this guy was in a couple All-Star games and Justin Morneau was an MVP. And so I got to think that when those guys say something, and I'm sure they're around the batting cage, before games and stuff, that, players probably take it with some credibility compared to yahoos like Tom and I offering criticism.
Well, there you go. I just took one in the nuts, and I didn't even know it was coming. What the hell was that all about?
We appreciate your service.
I know who sucks, Tom. That's who. That's who. I will tell you, I'm still going. Yahoo. I'm gonna still get this done one of these days because I want to sit in the television booth with Dick Bremer, and I don't want him knowing I'm even coming because I want to dress. I'm gonna do when I can't. That time you pushed me in the lake out at Lake Minnetonka when I was dressed as Harry Carey. I want to do the whole makeup and the whole deal and just sneak into the booth and do a couple innings with Dick Bremer before
It'd have
it's
been
over.
perfect this weekend. Who wouldn't think about that? It'd have been perfect to have the Cubs in town. And
I know.
You sitting up there doing your Harry Carey, that would have been pretty good. I think they would have enjoyed that.
Yeah, they didn't reach out. I'm deeply hurt, but I'll get over it.
Yeah.
Harry Carey chiming in, just plugging the Tom Barnard Morning Show every 10 seconds.
Yeah. You know who I listen to in the Twin Cities? It's unbelievable. Brittany's on there. You got Rudy. God, I would have so much.
It's so good. You're so good.
It is good.
It's not bad. It's not a bad impression. See, I can't even use my Muhammad Ali impression anymore because now everybody's dead. Everybody I do an impression of is dead now. That's not good.
No.
That's not a good thing.
Just don't start doing impressions of me.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be doing any of that. Honest to God, I just from day one, I will never forget dressed up as Harry Carey, and I had to fall. The script called for me to fall into the lake. That was a real thrill. I'll tell you that.
That was fun. One take Tommy, we called it.
Yeah, one take Tommy. God, when are you going to get back on it? You should do another sports show, Kent. I used to love watching your sports show.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a great time doing it. Yeah, it was lots of fun. You know what the great part about it was we got to meet so many different people around the state and around the country, actually. And that was the enjoyable part about it. We didn't catch a lot of fish on our show, even though we really didn't call it a fishing show. It was kind of an out show. We kind of did everything and kind of had different celebrities, per se, on the show and talked about what they did. I always remember the lady up in northern Minnesota. She was like 83 years old, and she was still trapping beavers.
Silence.
Literally.
Is that a euphemism, Kent? What's the hidden meaning behind that?
What?
Actual beaver.
Is that a dating
She
website?
cleaned the thing right on her kitchen table in her house. She skunned the thing and put it on a board and dried it out. And
God.
So,
do you just put that? Do you put it in the Foreman grill? Like, does she eat it? What?
No. She was using it for the pelt, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you ask questions about? Hey, how do you stretch that beaver out?
God, really nice touch on that one. I thought.
Do you put the beaver in the oven? Wait,
No. You stretch it out on a board and do tan the pelt.
Of course.
Yeah, it sounds like what happens after Rudy's comedy shows.
Hey-o.
They tan the pelt. It's time to tan.
It was a fun show to do. I met great people. I was out fishing with Christy Yamaguchi, and her husband Brett Hedekin was a hockey player here in town, and I got to meet some great people. It was a lot of fun. It was something I enjoyed a lot.
Kent, we got a bunch of emails about people excited about you pouring beer this Mother's Day for ALS. And somebody wrote in, Kelly wrote in, my dad had ALS and the VA gave him an iPad that would talk for him when he couldn't talk anymore.
That's great.
That iPad is donated to the VA by Kent Hrbek.
Aww.
Yeah, that's the Hrbek Sing communication device. That's what a lot of our money has gone for is my father, when he had ALS, that was the hardest part about that he struggled with. He wasn't able to communicate anymore, so we ended up having a company, and our people end up making a communicative device. Now they can work it with just looking at it with their eyes because they can't move anything else, and it's become a thing all over the country that people are using. As a matter of fact, Senator Tomasoni, who just passed away from ALS, he introduced a bill literally on that machine to the state of Minnesota, and we got a grant for ALS. And while he was still in the legislator and from northern Minnesota, and he introduced the bill literally on that Hrbek Sing communication device to to get $25 million towards ALS. So that's pretty cool.
That's amazing.
Yep.
See, those are wonderful stories. They are.
Fun stuff. We got some hope coming with ALS with different drugs that are out. I just saw something on Alzheimer's last night on TV about a new drug that's coming out and talking about slowing it down a little bit, which is great news because I think they're all kind of tied in together with this neurological stuff that's going on and all these diseases. And I think once we get tacked at one or the other, it's going to be. I think they're all going to. Hopefully get pushed by the wayside here soon.
There's a great story too. I don't know if you guys, if and Kent, you were on the team a little bit, 10 years ago, but Kelsey Smith used to be a Twins beat writer for the Pioneer Press. Her husband, Chris Snow, she's Kelsey Smith Snow is her married name.
Yes,
and,
I know.
So Chris covered the Red Sox. He the last 10 years or so, he's been working in the Calgary Flames front office, the NHL team. And he was diagnosed with ALS, I want to say 4 years ago now, and given maybe a year and a half, 2 years. 4 years later, he was on an experimental treatment of some kind that's making progress. And he's still here 4 years later and hanging out with his kids. And so they are making progress. And there's the Ice Bucket Challenge from a few years ago was another great push to raise tens of millions of dollars. So there's just and you were early, 30 years ago in your efforts to help use your visibility. So just seems like there's a lot of good momentum to push this thing forward for people with ALS.
Right. Yeah, it's a great deal. Major League Baseball has jumped on. Was it June 2nd? They're having ALS Day at all the ballparks on June 2nd. So there's a lot of awareness towards it. So we're going in the right direction, hopefully.
See, I love that about sports. To tell you the truth, tying into things like this, people coming out to the ballpark to have a good time, football game, baseball game, hockey, basketball, whatever you got. I love the fact that. Do you remember who the first person ever was? Was it maybe Babe Ruth that actually did something like this? Because he was on. What the hell? He used to talk a lot about a disease, but I can't remember what it is anymore. But baseball's always done this, and I think the sports have picked up on it now as well.
Well,
so.
you know what, Tom and everybody, it's weird that you talk about the games and everything, but all these guys, guys on the team now, and in fact, even when we played, everybody's got some sort of charity that I know Joe Mauer's done a great thing with, I think, the Children's Hospital or whatever.
Right.
He's donated tons of money or raised tons of money for them people, and there's a lot of fundraising stuff that goes on that people don't see. Even the Twins with the Twins Community Fund, they raise millions of dollars for different ballparks and kids fields, and the amount of money that is raised by the players themselves and different things. It's amazing. There's a lot of good stuff going on that maybe sometimes doesn't get talked about enough.
And it should be talked about all the time because you're helping people. You're not only you're entertaining people by showing how good you are at hitting a baseball. Like, this one guy used to play first for the Twins. I can't remember his name. But, no, I mean, that's a side of it as well. Hey, look, we're here. I'm playing baseball for a living. I'm having a ball. Yes, I'm doing well. So why don't we, pass it along and help other people? I love that thinking.
Yep, I think there's a lot of good work that gets done by a lot of guys, and a lot of times you don't hear enough about it, but everybody has some sort of charity. I think that if you look at everybody on every team, somebody is doing something. Adam Thielen with the Vikings got his action going, and there's a ton of money being raised by these guys, and it's pretty cool.
Well, I got a fund going right now to try to get Brittany a brain transplant, but it's just not going well. Nobody's kicking in.
Every dollar counts.
That's right.
Yeah, we have a GoFundMe set up. The only people who've donated are her family so far.
Yeah.
But they put in a lot of money to avoid spending time.
What'd you do with the lessons for that singing? What'd you do with the money?
That's a great question. That's a great question.
God. She bought that outfit.
How dare you?
Definitely.
Okay.
No, he's right.
Oh.
I need a safe space, Ken. I cannot.
If you got
strays.
Well, I know that, Phil, you can see her shirt there. Isn't that the same shirt? It's green now, but isn't that the same shirt that Elvis wore in Jailhouse Rock?
I think it's the shirt. You might not get this reference, but there was a Nickelodeon show, Doug Funny. It looks like Doug Funny, sort of green. And
I got off the elevator,
Cartoon
and
character.
Tom just happened to be right there, and he goes, "Nice outfit," and I go, "I knew you were gonna make fun of it."
Damn it.
Full
Look
green.
at those pants. Look at those
Oh,
bad
wow,
boys.
the whole thing? It's the whole thing?
Yeah.
Get the whole deal
You guys-
cooking, Kent.
You guys wouldn't know fashion if it bit you in your big, ugly faces.
Wait a second. Oh, let me get this.
Oh, yeah, he does have a double collar.
I think we need to get Tom maybe just the vest with no undershirt. Next
Yes,
week.
that's a great look. The guys
Suns
in the
out,
neighborhood
guns
used to do
out.
it.
Let's
Suns
get it.
out, guns out. I like
Yes,
it.
sir.
Remember when I used to have
Great
guns?
space for radio.
Yeah, there you go. That's the other part of it. There's no getting around it. So, what do you guys think of the upcoming series? What are you looking at?
Go ahead, Phil. You know it all.
Well, I mean,
That is so cold.
wow, everyone's catching the strays today. This is
I know. Shots
This is great.
fired.
That's true.
All right. So I'm already planning ahead for the October playoff rotation here. So I'm probably going to punt tonight's game on Apple TV because no one can find it anyways. And then
Tonight's on
I'm gonna
Apple
set up-
TV?
Yeah.
It's an Apple TV game tonight.
I hate that.
Yeah. I mean, you just download the Apple TV app. It's free. You can watch it, but it's extra steps and hoops to jump through.
Yeah.
So, but I think they're going to take 2 out of 3 from the Cubbies, and you get the Dodgers. You go out west, Dodgers and Angels. I think it's 2 out of 3, and they widen their division lead.
Love it.
That's what I think is going to happen.
Cubbies are doing well. They're playing good too. They got a couple pretty good players on there. I think it's a rookie that's playing for them. His name is slipping my brain here right now. You probably know him, Phil. Kid that's got a ton of hits for him, playing pretty well. They're doing all right.
Yes, that guy. He's off to a great start. You can tell how much Cubs baseball I've been watching this year so far.
Him. Oh, yes, him. I know him.
Well, actually, you know who else is not a young rookie, but he's playing like he did when he was a rookie for the Cubs. Cody Bellinger has kind of woke up from like a 3-year slump, and he's back hitting about 300. He's got a bunch of home runs. Cody Bellinger was the best hitter in baseball about 4 years ago, and then through the pandemic, and now he's on a short-term contract with the Cubs to try and get right, and he is legitimately off to a great start. So that's something to watch out for. And for the Twins, it's not going to happen this weekend, but they need some offensive pieces to click here. Royce Lewis is starting his rehab assignment, so Royce Lewis might be up with the club sometime in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Keep an eye on that.
Yeah. I saw something today with Toby Gardenhire down there in St. Paul.
Oh, yeah.
What he had, garlic, Miranda, 5 guys that have been playing with the Twins.
Larnick.
Larnick. 5 guys in the lineup that were already in the starting lineup for the Twins at one time were in his starting lineup last night, I think, or something like
And they
that.
got their ass kicked, but no, I'm just kidding.
I think Larnick hit a couple butts. A guy like Larnick probably thought, I'm not going back to the minor leagues ever unless it's a rehab assignment, and he gets off to a slow start, and he hits 2 home runs right away in his second game. That'll inspire you. You get a taste of that big league clubhouse and 5-star travel, and now you're back in the minor leagues. Go hit a couple bombs and get your butt back up.
Yeah, and then look at a guy like Miranda, who was one of the team's best players last year. Boom, see you later. Go back down and get it right. So,
yeah.
They're not waiting around, and they want to stay on top of this thing, and keep the guys that are playing well in the lineup, and everybody's been booing Korea and all that kind of stuff, but you know what, the guy's a player. He does a great job at short. He's struggling with the bat a little bit, but came through yesterday with a big hit, and maybe that's something that'll turn him on and get the bats going. So.
One thing I got to mention this because we are so lucky here, in the Twin Cities area. You got a beautiful baseball stadium for your Minnesota Twins. It's just a great stadium. Nothing wrong with that place at all. But then you go across the river to their single A team. That's a ball over there, too. Going to that stadium, just hanging out around that whole neighborhood anyway. We are so lucky to have not one but 2 great venues. You want to watch baseball, you got it made here.
Yeah, CHS Field over there.
Yeah,
cute
yep.
venue, fun place. Everybody has a blast when they go to it. Plus, you're seeing some pretty good baseball with, to be a AAA affiliate. There's a lot of guys that are playing there that are, either been in the big leagues or getting ready to move up to the big leagues. So, yeah, we got some pretty good baseball going on in town here.
We do indeed. So, Phil went with 2 out of 3 for the next 3 series. Kent, what do you got?
They're going to have to swing the bats in order to win the series this weekend. I think they, hopefully yesterday was a little start for them. They got a little comeback win there yesterday and keep swinging the bats. The pitching staff, we lost Tyler Malley to the DL for the rest of the year. He's done with Tommy John surgery, which was kind of a shot in the arm for him, literally. It's too bad. But, I like their depth. They got guys that are playing well in the minor leagues that they can go get. But, let's take 2 out of 3 and be happy with that. Wouldn't mind taking 3 out of 3. As long as they win Saturday night when I'm there, I don't care.
All right. It's all about Kent, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not forget that.
Hey, what is the name of the show? Isn't this the name of the Kent Hrbek, sports legend, blah, blah, blah?
Yes, matter of fact, let me read this for you.
There's a blah, blah, blah in the title now, too.
Yes, there is. Blah, 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 Kent Hrbek, blah, blah. Kent Hrbek Sports on the Tom Barnard. Oh, my name even comes up. What an honor to be in the same paragraph as Kent Hrbek.
Lucky.
I didn't even know that. Kent Hrbek Sports on the Tom. What? You're going to complain?
I didn't realize that you were at that level.
You're going to have it wiped off the paper for next week?
No.
That's fine. Kent Hrbek Sports on the Tom Barnard Morning Show, presented once again by Killebrew Old Fashioned Root Beer and Cream Soda. Start your next memory at your favorite grocery or convenience store today. Find a store near you at KillebrewRootBeer.com. So,
where's Phil's name in that deal?
Yeah, my contract
that's
says
right.
It's supposed to say featuring the great Phil Mackey with another sponsor in there, too. So I need to talk to my agent, I guess.
You know what? You're right about this because you're not in the intro either. You're not in the outro or the intro. What the hell is that all about?
What's happening here? I need to speak to Mr. Hubbard immediately.
You really do. There's no question about it. All right, boys, we'll have a magnificent weekend. Bring home a winner, and we'll talk to you next week.
Good luck fishing, boys and girls.
Absolutely. We'll get it done. Thanks, Phil. Good day, sir. Kent Hrbek and Phil Mackey, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take a break, be right back. Timmy Lammers with all of his bullshit. Up next.
This is the Tom Barnard Morning Show.
Hey folks, Judd Zolgad here. Wouldn't it be nice to lose over 20 pounds before summer? Well, you can with Livia's doctor-recommended program. Look and feel your best with a weight loss program voted #1 in Minnesota. Receive personalized and guided support from Livia's team of experts. Join today and receive 3 months free plus a free gift during Livia's Client Appreciation Week. What are you waiting for? Get summer ready with Livia. Call today, 855-GO-LIVIA, or visit Livia.com. I lost 40 pounds more than a year ago now, and here's the best part. Livia helps you keep the weight off. So we're not just talking weight loss here. We're talking weight loss and sustainable weight loss. And ultimately, that's the most important thing. Start your success today and get summer ready. Call 855-GO-LIVIA or visit Livia.com. That's LIVEA.com. Join now and receive 3 months free plus a free gift. Call now, 855-GO-LIVIA or visit Livia.com. Don't miss Livia's annual Spring Client Appreciation event, May 6th through the 12th. Special savings, giveaways, and more.
Hi, this is Tom Barnard. If you've been listening, you know I'm a fan of Nissan vehicles. I own an Altima. My son and daughter-in-law both own Nissans, and we bought them all at Walser Nissan stores here in the Metro. They hang their hats in Burnsville, Wayzata, and Coon Rapids. So why is Walser different than other Nissan stores? And why should you absolutely go there this month? Tell them I personally sent you to lease or buy your next vehicle. First, there's Walser Care, a complimentary powertrain warranty that will keep you covered for miles to come for free at Walser Nissan. This month, you can score 0% financing for up to 60 months on select Nissans, or you can lease the 2023 Nissan Pathfinder S for only $269 a month. You'll need to tell them you want the Tommy B deal, of course. That's understood. So, not just Nissan, but Walser Nissan, Burnsville, Wayzata, and Coon Rapids. Don't forget to let them know the Tom Barnard family sent you and ask for the Tommy B deal. Go to Walser.com and select the Walser Nissan store nearest you.
$269 per month for 24 months. 10,000 miles per year. $5,900 due at signing. VIN PC 261725.
Yeah, I should mention, ladies and gentlemen, that little delay you heard there, that Rudy and I were just staring in amazement at Brittany's outfit.
You know what?
What?
I try to look nice for you guys.
I'm saying you look phenomenal.
Keep you on the edge of fashion, and this is what I get?
Tom, if you cross your eyes and look at her pants, you'll see a sailboat.
You're right.
My eyes are up here, buddy.
My eyes are up here, Palomino. Timmy Lammers now joins us, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Bryant, Bradshaw, and Bryant bringing you Mr. Tim Lammers. What's happening, Pally?
Good morning, Tommy. Tim Lammers and all my bull bleep See, I'm sorry, man. I can't swear. I want to swear.
I
so
know.
badly,
Don't even bother with it.
But
It's a
it's
waste
just the
of time.
whole thing with being on. What was it? The FCC rules can nail me on the live broadcasts, and if I drop a swear word, my goose is cooked, brother.
Goose cooked, ladies and gentlemen. No, yeah, that swearing thing's overblown anyway. It's like once we were able to do it, it's like, okay, that got old really fast.
Sure. Well, I like to swear. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I was swearing
I understand.
off the air.
I understand that.
The F-bomb is one of my favorite words, in fact. But, hey, before we start, Brittany, you were on the wrong show on Tuesday because both of my puppies appeared on the family podcast.
Yes.
Oh,
Two
really?
puppies.
Your Basset Hound?
My Basset Hound and a Great Pyrenees.
Oh yeah, Floofy. I call her Winter. Is that her name? Or
Yeah, Winter is her name. Yes, yes. So, they're both sleeping right now. I just prefer to keep it that way. Otherwise, it's barking and interrupting the broadcast.
Typical.
We like
Typical.
We like
No.
pet cameos.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said we like pet cameos, so we're not afraid of that.
Indeed. And I do see a cat right now, too, but I'm not going to
Did
chance it. He'll come up and knock something over.
Of course.
Okay, I got to mention this quickly before you move on. I got to mention this very quickly.
Yeah.
Because my, like I said, my grandson, Ethan, who just turned 18 months, now he sees us around Jude, and Jude is a very patient dog, but he goes over and he hugs Jude, and then he kisses him on the forehead. But when he goes to pet him, he smacks the piss out of him.
Oh, yeah.
Because he doesn't know how to just pet. He goes,
Just
bam, bam, bam.
Andy told me Ethan has said one word, and it's Daisy, their dog's
Daisy.
name.
Daisy. Daisy. Oh, yeah.
So insulting. Like, does
And
Daisy
that's why
feed you?
dogs are so great, though. They just kind of
Yep.
take the whole thing in stride.
Oh,
so.
Jude was great. He was really, really pleasant about it. I was shocked.
Of course. He's a good boy.
So I screened a movie that I thought was going to be a dog.
Okay, wait
How's that
now.
for a transition, huh?
See?
There you go. I'm a radio man.
Mern.
Podcasting man, live streaming man. Yeah, I mean, seriously, it's a dead week, relatively dead week, considering that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 opened last week. Generally, when you get a picture like that, it's just going to stomp everybody else at the box office. They give them a free weekend afterward. You know, there are no
Right.
big releases going head to head with it because, it just makes no sense. They're going to split the business. So generally what you see are smaller pictures coming out. One of them, it's weird to consider this a smaller picture considering the talent involved. Ben Affleck stars in a movie called Hypnotic.
Okay.
Jesus, I haven't even heard of this movie until this week. And how the hell it escaped my radar is beyond me. It's directed by Rodriguez, who is a terrific director. He did a film called El Mariachi way back in the day, which got him on the radar to do Desperado with Antonio Banderas, and Once Upon a Time in Mexico with Johnny Depp. I mean, he's a hell of a director, did some stuff, was the showrunner, I believe, on the Book of Boba Fett and directed some Mandalorian episodes. So he is a terrific filmmaker. So you have all of the elements there. So I'm thinking, okay, this movie really must suck because it wasn't on my screening schedule. It just kind of crept in quietly. I went to see it. And as it got into the picture, I'm thinking, okay, it's a detective thriller. That's what I'm gathering. So it starts with Ben Affleck being in a hypnotist's office. He's under hypnosis. He's desperately trying to remember details when he was at a park with his young daughter. He was distracted for a few seconds. When he turned back, his daughter was gone. So the hypnosis is supposed to help him, see details of what possibly could have happened. So that was 4 years prior to this session. Now, he's a detective. So once he gets out of the session, he goes and joins his detective buddies. They're surveilling a potential bank robbery in process. It is happening. He runs into the bank. He foils the robbery. The guy was trying to get a safety deposit box containing a picture of his missing daughter. So he's thinking, oh my God, okay, this is connected here. So he goes to another hypnotist and trying to figure out who the hell is this guy? He did some strange stuff in his bank. As it turns out, the hypnotist says this guy, played by William Fichtner, great actor, is known as a hypnotic, where he was part of this secret government program where he can merely look at you, utter a line, and you will follow his commands, and he will shape a reality around you. So all of a sudden, what seemed to be a BS movie to me went to a boring detective thriller to a very interesting sci-fi detective thriller. And the more and more I got into this, Tom, you'll love it, 93-minute picture.
Oh, I like that.
The more engaging it became. Because once he starts looking into this government program, then he starts to go down a rabbit hole where things get really twisty and turning and all that sort of stuff. In the end, I felt like, you know what? It's maybe a poor man's version of Christopher Nolan's Inception, which had that kind of altered reality and constructs, and that tapped into the mind and dreams and all that sort of stuff. And being the length was pretty short, I thought Black Mirror, this would have been a great Black Mirror episode, or an Outer Limits or a Twilight Zone sort of episode. So I am shocked getting out of this film. It's not perfect, and it's not as good as Inception, but it's still very surprising to me. I ended up with a 7.5 out of 10 movie on the Lamameter. I thought,
really?
How is this stuff overlooked so much? How is it that you don't have zero marketing budget? Because I hadn't seen anything about this picture. And again, you got reputable people in this film. You got Fichtner, you got Affleck, Alice Braga is in it. She's a terrific actor. You know who she is. And again, Robert Rodriguez. It's like, man, Robert Rodriguez must have pissed somebody off or something. They're burying his movie because there is just no sensible explanation at how a good movie like this just sneaks in so quietly, probably will bomb and disappear quietly. It's a real shame.
What's the name of the movie?
It's called Hypnotic.
Hypnotic,
it's playing in a fair number of theaters. I mean, it's being billed as a limited release, but I didn't have any problem finding it.
Is it streaming yet?
And I'm out in the outer reaches, of course, of the Twin Cities. So, if I can find it out here, certainly you should be able to find it in the Twin Cities area or in outstate Minnesota. And, again, if superhero stuff isn't your thing, if you want sci-fi, though, still, I mean, everybody's engaged in this picture. Nobody's dialing it in. I mean, Ben Affleck, he's pretty damn good. I mean, once in a while he'll spout his politics, but if he's able to make you forget that sort of stuff in a picture that doesn't preach at you, it's straight up entertainment, it's mind-bending stuff, makes you want to think. It's like, geez, I love this kind of stuff. It's original. Give me that, sort of stuff.
Right.
Yeah, Tom asked a great question. Is it streaming or is it planning to get streamed somewhere? Because this is the kind of movie like I could see myself watching at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Look, I don't have any streaming information.
Oh, he just dropped dead. It was terrible.
Yeah, right there, bud.
He just tipped over and plummeted.
He's rest in peace, Tim.
What is he doing?
There we go. I became unplugged somehow. And
Gotcha.
And here's what's going on. Renfield bombed. 2 weeks later, it's on premium video on demand.
Is it
really? I mean, yes. The Pope's Exorcist bombed. 2 weeks is on premium video on demand. So if you want to see it, you're going to pay $20. So these movies are making the fast track to premium video on demand. Evil Dead Rise, which is a hit, is already on premium video on demand.
Yeah, it is, right.
Just a little over 2 weeks after it debuted in theaters. So you can almost bet that Hypnotic is definitely going to make a quick a trek to PVOD, which again, like you say, $20. How much are you going to spend at the theater? So it's not really that bad of a price.
I'm so sorry, Tim, but what did you end up thinking of Renfield? Were you a big fan or no?
I really liked it a lot. Now, again, I'm such of a Universal Monsters freak. You can see in my background, that's all you got here is that kind of stuff. But what they did was they respected the original film and Dracula, and I love Nick Cage.
Yeah.
He just brings a goofy approach to everything.
Right.
And it was engaging. It was a horror comedy. Would I have rather seen a straight up remake of Dracula with Cage? I don't know. I mean, I just think this works pretty good. I think it was worth it, but again, for some reason, it just hit the wall totally. Maybe it's telling you that Nick Cage doesn't have the drawing power that he certainly used to. I mean,
really
the guy, you have to admit it, he does a lot of straight to video B movie stuff too. So who knows what's going on? But Tom, I know, saw Evil Dead Rise. You did not like it.
No.
Too violent for me.
Too straight up horror.
Yep.
You know.
I've heard that from so many people. They either love it because they just love gore,
Yeah.
or they're like, yeah, it just didn't. It lacked that plot that I need.
Right,
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, look, honestly, I prefer the Sam Raimi, Bruce Campbell, Rob Tapert sort
who
of
doesn't?
horror comedy,
Yeah.
that goofy sort of stuff.
Yeah.
There's none of that here.
No.
You have some nods to the original Evil Dead pictures, but if you want to have a good time, I've always recommend this streaming. It might be on Netflix. Ash versus Evil Dead is
It's
one
so
of the
good.
funniest series.
It
You've
is.
seen it.
So
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Exactly. So another recommendation quickly on streaming. It's Citadel on Amazon Prime Video. It's a detective thriller, or CIA spy thriller. Excuse me. I got detective on the brain with Ben Affleck's picture. The Russo brothers who did the Avengers movies. It's not superhero stuff, but it does have this James Bond sort of feel to it as well. And it's extraordinarily well done. Great actors, Priyanka Chopra Jonas, you have Richard Madden from Game of Thrones, and Stanley Tucci. It's a great series. And quick plug, I interviewed Priyanka and Tucci and one of the Russo brothers. That's on my site, directconversations.com. But I wouldn't keep talking about the series if it wasn't a great series, and it really is a terrific show. And it's 6 episodes, I believe. Number 4 drops today.
What's the name of it?
It's called Citadel.
Citadel.
It's about a secret
I once worked for them. A horrible company. Am I lying?
Yeah, no. It's about a secret shadow organization that is battling a nefarious syndicate worldwide, and it has those end of world situations going on, that sort of stuff. But again, it's done extraordinarily well, and I don't mind that sort of thing as long as they're not dialing it in. It's really entertaining stuff.
You're a good man, Timmy. Have a great weekend, Pally.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Rudy, Brittany, Tommy, everybody watching and listening, thank you so much. And we'll talk next Tuesday on the Tom Barnard, the family with Tom Barnard.
Bye, Tim.
Sounds good. Thanks, Timmy. Timmy Lammers, sponsored by Bradshaw and Bryant. Personal injury lawyers, Michael Bryant, Bradshaw and Bryant. Bringing you, Timmy. That's going to do it for this week. Man, kind of a quick week. I thought it kind of dragged at first, but,
Flew by. Super fun week.
It kind of did. It really did. All right, we'll talk to you on Monday. Thank you.